What up, y'all?
Hey.
So, as promised, here's the Labor Day sensation of the 80s horror movies. And uh, as always, well, she's down here now. My co host, Monica, and Shane is coming on. Shane Bradford. He is a filmmaker, horror movie aficionado, and he does his own movies. Country Club and Bud are out. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Shane?
Oh yeah. Well, Bud, believe it or not, is the main character. Bud, this movie's not based off this, but the main character is based off of Buddy Bacon from Slaughterhouse, one of the greatest '80s movies to come out, and probably has one of the best covers ever. Uh, Probably not the best movie. It had its flaws, like a lot of the '80s movie did, because we didn't have all these digital effects that we can do now. But I loved Buddy Bacon. I loved Slaughterhouse. So Bud is pretty much a mixture of, I would say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, with the table scene that we did there as a little tribute, some House 1,000 Corpses, because I believe Rob Zombie don't get the credit he deserves. So I'd like to show a little respect to that. And then Slaughterhouse. We just did a premiere on Saturday. I had over 200 people and only 280 seats to fill, so it wasn't that bad of a showing. DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHSs will be out soon.
Oh yeah, nice.
And
And I was actually
crazy. So
yeah, I was actually in the first movie, Country Club, that Shane did. See, there's me.
He's the one that looks like a vampire on the cover.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
So if you want to promote anything, either one of y'all go for it. No big deal. We're just gonna let it fly. But so all right, when I pick y'all's brains about 80s horror, let's begin with genre. Like, what's y'all's favorite? Y'all like, slashers, straight gore, zombie flicks, werewolf flicks?
I just like monster flicks, right? Because the practical effects from the 80s were top notch. And it's just gone downhill from there. If they're even using practical effects anymore, you're lucky to see it. There's so much CGI now. And even though the CGI has come a long way, it's still overused, in my opinion. So I just like a good practical effects monster movie.
Yeah, that's tough, because when you're talking about the 80s had so much to give you. If you ask me what's all movies together, what would be my favorite, it's going to be slashers. But the 80s had Return of the Living Dead, which one of those is a classic zombie movie. You had Motel Hell, starring a guy that did most of his movies in westerns. The Ass was created during the 80s. Evil Dead 1 is fun, but Evil Dead 2 is where you got the real Ash, And that's why it's hard for me to watch new movies that are called Evil Dead, because you don't get the silly Ash anymore.
Right.
So, if I were to pick, I'd pick slashers, but even Dead Alive, look at the gore factor in there. Don't they still hold the record for most blood in a movie?
Yeah, Dead Alive, yeah. That's Peter Jackson, which a lot of people don't realize. That's Lord of the Rings, dude.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Dead Alive was 92. That was just after the 80s. So I was thinking it was 89, but it's 92.
Yeah, well, he also did was it Bad Taste or
Bad Taste?
Yeah,
I saw someone with one of those masks the other day.
Yeah, that's one of the most, that the scene where he's shooting the aliens or whatever out of the tree is like one of the most great and the most ridiculous scenes I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that was Peter Jackson Nelson.
Oh, yeah. What a legend. I mean, to go from where he is to where he is now.
Right.
I mean,
So okay, so that is a lawnmower zombie kill. So if you had to pick, Shane, would you go with the lawnmower from Motel Hell or the lawnmower from Dead Alive?
Ooh.
you know, that's a tough question. The lawnmower for Dead Alive still holds the record for the most gore in that little scene, but Motel Hell is a classic. You don't really see a lot of gore factor, you know, and where we lack, and this is probably a lot of people are gonna hate me for this comment, but you have movies like Terrifier that are dominating right now with no storyline. In the 80s, we were forced to have a storyline with less gore factor. And so I don't know. I'm just a big Roy Calhoun fan just because I like my westerns also, and to see him jump into a horror movie like that. I mean, I wasn't even around, and you know, when it was made, but it's iconic. I'm going to stick with Motel Hell.
Right on.
I got to keep it with Motel Hell.
Yeah, me too. Ditto. Yeah, like I think that because there were those movies that in the 80s, especially, that's all they relied on was the gore, you know, especially like, and people might be like, shut up, Breezy, but like Dario Argento and, you know, and Fulci, you know, like, it's almost like Demons. Demons is a great movie, you know, unbelievable soundtrack. You know, I had freaking Iron Maiden and everything in it, but it was a gore fest. That's really mostly what it was. It didn't have much of a storyline, you know. I mean, it did.
It did. It had a loose storyline, you know, and then it left room for a sequel.
It was still fun.
I mean, and it was that claustrophobic fear too, right? Because you're trapped. These people are trapped inside of a movie theater. You've got this confined space with this stuff popping up around you, and you just don't know where it's coming from next or who is going to be infected.
Right. Yeah. Chaos factor along with entrapment.
Yeah.
Kind of a feel. Yeah. No, I agree. So okay, so trying to think of like ledges. So like, okay, book to film adaptations. What are y'all's personal favorites from the 80s? Ladies first, of course.
Ooh, that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah, I know. That's why I put it out.
Well, yeah, I know. You get me drinking, then you ask questions.
Got you up early.
Make my little hamster run on its wheel while it's drinking. So for the 80s, okay, this is kind of an obscure one, and it's horror, but it isn't horror. It's kind of a thriller to me. And you know, when I'm thinking a little more clearly, something else might come to mind. But right now, Sometimes They Come Back by Stephen King that one freaked me out. I remember seeing it and it stuck with me. And Pet Sematary as well, but I can't remember if that was late 80s or early 90s for Pet Sematary. I can't remember the year it came out.
We'll call it Zunil. It'll be all right.
So Pet Sematary was an okay adaptation. I mean, for what it was, it scared me. You've got, you know, the little zombie kid, Gage, and, you know, the thought of sour ground, and the Wendigo makes an appearance. It does in the movie, but people don't know what it is. It's more predominant in the book. And then we've got the TV adaptation of
The Shining,
which was fantastic.
I loved it. I do not like the movie, but I love the TV adaptation.
Gets zero credit.
It gets no credit. Like, it is so underrated. And if you're a fan, like if you're a reader like I am, you read the books and then you watch the movies. It's like Kubrick's. I mean, it's entertaining in its own, but it's kind of a standalone. It doesn't follow the book hardly at all.
At all.
At all. And where the TV adaptation had everything. It had the hedge mage coming to life and, you know, terrorizing the child, and all of the little nuances that you just didn't get in Kubrick's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my picks.
What about you, Shane? What's your favorite?
I'm not a book person. You know, I read a lot of comic books, I guess, growing up. You know, if I did read some Stephen King. The Shining, it took him forever to get to that damn hotel because he had to build everything up. So my attention span, it was rough reading that. But once you got to the hotel, it's fantastic. So knowing what I knew in the book and seeing that redone version of The Shining, that was awesome. The It book, you know, I really wish they would have did a little more with the actual book, except the whole, like, you know, two dudes jerking off in the graveyard stuff, you know, but or you know, and then them all, you know, making love, I guess, if you want a censored word, with a girl, and the only one getting her off was a chubby kid. You know, so there was stuff you could put in the movie. I get that, but those are about it. I mean, if you want to go horror, I read, you know, I have the first appearance of Blade.
Did you freeze up? I think you froze up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got it frozen. Yeah, my big one was, dude, I can't front, man, and it's not even horror. It's only horror in the book, but it was The Body. You know, Stephen King's The Body.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which became Stand By Me, which, it, you know, by the time it got to the movie, it wasn't horror at all. It was an
adventure movie for children.
Yeah, coming to age kind of a thing. You know. But you know, the cycle of the werewolf, which ended up becoming.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good one, because I do love Cycle of the Werewolf. And Silver Bullet was, oh god, it was such a disappointment once they showed the werewolf. I was like, that's not even scary.
Yeah, I agree.
Because in the book, the werewolf looks like, you know, like a terrifying werewolf, and then they pop up with this crap in the movie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because it was like a dude standing upright in a freaking dog costume. It wasn't like a whole
wasn't even werewolf. A good one. Like, it looks like what you'd find in like Spirit Halloween now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but you know, whenever you do the book to film adaptations, right? So I know this is 70s, so it's not necessarily the 80s, but like Jaws, right? Like in the book, Jaws, one of Jaws' biggest things was the time they're chilling in the boat. You know what I mean? Like that whole time in the movie, it's just when they're getting drunk in the boat and hanging out. But like when you read the book, that's like a third of the freaking book is them, you know.
Well, it's a good chunk of the book, but I mean, honestly, the book was boring. Like, I just finished Jaws like a couple of months ago, and because I hadn't read it, I'd only seen the movie, so of course I want to read, you know, I want to read it. So, yeah, I was really disappointed in the book, to be honest with you. And there's a lot, like, you know, the chief's wife has an affair with what's his name, the little marine biologist guy.
Yeah. the dude that was played by Dennis Hopper, not Dennis Hopper. Dang it, what is that dude's name?
He was a narrator in Stand By Me.
Yeah. There you go.
I think right now, I'm sorry.
Whatever his name
I'd
is.
be a little quicker, but Joe made me drink. Real slow on the uptake right now.
Day drinking.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
There you go.
We just walked out or so.
I mean, it's really like the book. I don't know. The book was just very disappointing to me compared to the movie. That's one of the rare instances where I think the movie like was far better than the book.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one. Because it was a very dry read. I don't know why, but it takes me back to Psycho, like the original Psycho, the book versus the movie. But I like the way that they played off of the fictional narration of it. So like, and then you got like later on, you have like Bates Motel, and I think that book spawned way more of a franchise than the book itself would ever stand alone to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can dig that. Okay. Well, shift gears. Pushing the clutch and shift some gears. If you were, and I know this is a hard one because I don't do this, ladies first, of course, but if you were to pick a favorite 80s horror movie that just doesn't get tired in your mind, you can watch it over and over, and you don't get bored of it, what is it?
Oh man, that's tough. Okay, so I have two. That my husband and I just will watch whenever at any point in time, and it's like we don't get tired of it. And that is The Howling and The Fog. I can watch both of those like ad nauseum. I don't get tired of them. I love them.
I can dig it. I can
respect that. Those are two unique choices too.
Yeah, I mean, well, they were both filmed like in the general vicinity of where I grew up, so I have that like that tie to it. But also like werewolf movie. I just love werewolves, right? Werewolves have always been my favorite, like monster. That and like Creature from the Black Lagoon, right? Which I am so. I mean, I don't know if I'm disappointed that they haven't remade it, or I'm glad they haven't remade it. Because I would like to see an updated practical effects version of the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I would be curious, like we get Peter Jackson or Del Toro to do something, with the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I would also really like to see, because I am an insane fan of Lovecraft. And I have heard for years, which I'm sure both of you have heard too, that Guillermo has been working on the Mountains of Madness, or at least trying to get that developed into something. And I would love to see him tackle that and see what he would produce with that.
That'd be so. Oh yeah.
We need some original work created too.
What now?
We need original style work. If you're going to take a book, make it into something else. I mean, we need more of that.
Yes.
I mean, they're remaking 800s of the same damn thing.
I know, and it's terrible. I'd love to see Mountains of Madness done well. And my favorite Lovecraft story is The Shadow over Innsmouth. And I would really, I mean, they kind of made that with Dagon, the movie. There's like, it's kind of a cross between Dagon and The Shadow over Innsmouth. But I'd like to see a true just Shadow over Innsmouth movie that is true to the story, because that is a very scary story.
I do not know this one.
You got to read it. It's great. This guy goes to this town, this obscure town, and essentially he gets trapped and hunted there by these half human, half sea monsters, right? Half deep ones. and like he's basically trying to escape this town in the dark, and he doesn't know his way around, and all the while they're hunting him. It's a great movie, or a great, well, not a movie. I'd love to see the movie, but it's a great.
I'd love to see the movie. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Movie, yeah. So, what about you, Shane? What's your go-to, man? As far as
I would have this. Well, 80s
I know
wise,
you're
definitely.
Motel Hell, dude.
I love Motel Hell. Return of the Living Dead. I mean, we were in San Angelo recently, and I remember as a kid walking across the street to the grocery store to rent Return of the Living Dead. I mean, it's a different kind of zombie movie. It's hilarious. They even got George A. Romero's permission to make the movie. So that was cool. I mean, I love that. It's tough. I could watch those two all the time. The Gate, just because those kids reminded me of my friends. You know, we're stupid little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Ditto on that one, man.
Oh, you've got a creature. Very unique. They're not like anything else.
But yeah,
No.
I agree with the. I mean, shit, man. My record label that I was Troxon Records. You know, like it was. Return of the Living Dead was a really big one for me. I love that freaking movie, and I could watch it over and over, nonstop. Like, yeah, I've told this before on the show, but back in the day when you had VHS and you got like the newer VCRs that would do the auto rewind, like I'd leave Return of the Living Dead on and let it auto rewind and then replay like all day long until the tape actually snapped. The tape freaking snapped on me. So yeah. So I'm a total and people ask me that like what's your favorite horror flick, blah blah blah. But to me that's like I said when I was asking y'all, it's a hard one to pitch because it's like asking what your favorite song is. Like what kind of mood what kind of mood am I in? You know,
when people ask me what my favorite movie is, I tell them you have to give me a genre because I don't have just one favorite movie. Like you have to give me like a very specific genre. And you can't just say horror. Like we need like genres, like subgenres.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely need subgenres.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like me personally, like even like Psycho, right? I don't even consider Psycho a horror flick. Mm-hmm. It's more of it's a thriller.
It's like a psychological thriller because
psychological,
deeply
insane. Yeah. Because you're deconstructing, especially at the end where he's in the jail cell and he's like, see that? I won't even swat a fly. You know, like, so you have to dig into the psychology of where Norman Bates actually came from and his split personality type issue, you know? So, okay, let's break down some horror trivia. And for people in the chat, if you show up in Louisiana, you get a free shot. Monica has to take your name down though, because
I do. Holy cow! Hold on, let me grab a pen. Because I'll be honest with you, Joe wasn't keeping track before. I kind of remember a couple of you because you're regulars. If you happen to pop up in New Orleans looking for a shot, I'm gonna have a list.
Yeah, I suck. I'm down. I understand. Okay, so what sci-fi horror film does a black? Oh wait, we already did this one. Hang on. Ooh. Okay, this was fairly easy. So you get like a girl shot. You don't get like straight whiskey or nothing. You're gonna have to do like
you get a hug. How's that?
You get like a buttery nipple or something like that. The 1972 version of The Last House on the Left was a directorial debut from which director?
I know that one, but
I do too. We'll let the
I'll
chat.
let other people answer.
We'll let the chat roll. You get a
I
butter.
was actually really surprised he directed that because it was pretty like intense. It was pretty
dude.
like
That was when people ask
Bristol
me,
got it.
yeah. There you go.
That movie.
On it.
One thing about the horror movies I cannot watch is I can't do rape scenes, and that had one. The Spit on Your Grave. What was the that trauma movie? Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Yeah. No, dude, that was, when people ask me like what was the most, horrific movie, Last House on the Left was the very first one that actually made me almost physically ill. Like I just couldn't do it. And it's just because of, I think there's a big difference in the horror scene between like a monster or like a Jason type or a Michael Myers type coming after you versus just regular people. You know what I mean? Like people on people is
it's more plausible.
Yeah.
Like, Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave are far more plausible than Freddy or Jason, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not dealing with a boogeyman. You're dealing with the person next door.
Like a psycho who is 100% out in the world lurking right now. Like there are people like that out operating currently.
Well, a lot of these are based on true events. I mean, we were just talking about Psycho. That's Ed Gein.
Yeah. I mean, kind of Texas Chainsaw too, right? I mean, they were loosely
based, but I mean, the whole his mother convincing him to commit crimes and stuff like that, and having the dead mother involved in the Psycho movie.
And you see that so much though with the psychological profiles of like really like bad serial killers. Like it all stems back to childhood trauma, and a lot of the times when they're targeting women, it involves their mother or their grandmother. Like a real deep-seated hatred for women comes from somewhere.
Yep.
So raise your boys right, ladies.
Yeah. It's very important. It is. So okay, here we go. We'll go with another one. This Twilight Zone-esque Netflix series taps into our collective unease with our modern world and dangers of advanced technology. I don't even know that one.
I think I know. Is it ST?
No.
Really?
No.
It's a Netflix show?
Yeah. Twilight Zone-esque Netflix series taps into our collective unease with our modern world and dangers.
I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's too far into the Netflix and chill. By then, I'm already chilling.
So. It's on Shudder, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm on TikTok. Like I don't even watch. Is it BM?
Wedge got it. Yep. Wedge got it.
Okay. BM. Monica. Wedge, you get a shot.
You get a shot. And that one actually.
Got to come to New Orleans for it. January 17th through 20th. I expect to see all y'all there. Because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's Jen's birthday, and it's Bigfoot Michigan Rob's birthday. And Bigfoot Michigan Rob is going to be making an appearance too.
It's his birthday too? What the hell?
It is. We're talking about the month of January, and it is nobody's birthday. The actual days will be there. Mine's at the beginning of the month, and I think Jen's and Rob's are at the end of the month.
Yeah, Jen's the 31st. Actually, it's funny. My daughter had to, because I'm horrible with dates and stuff like that, and so there's this song by Tech Nine called 151 Run, and it's 151 Run. pineapple juice in Malibu make the girls yum. I'll just put yum instead of what it says. But so my daughter was like, Dad, that's how you remember her birthday. It's 131, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. So hers is actually the 31st.
Okay. You can't remember your own child's birthday? Is that what you're telling me right now?
My wife's like, I forget it every freaking year. Yeah. And she's like, you're a horrible human being. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
You know what's really bad is I can't remember my anniversary, and it is it's the easiest date. And it sneaks up on me every year. I have to look like on the inside of my wedding ring. Or I'll be like, oh, it's September. Ah, hell. Okay. Hold on, what day is it?
Right. Moon at Noon says, I don't drink. You gotta have weed for me. Actually, if he comes on, I got a guess that he is the same way. He does not drink, but he's like, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna day smoke with y'all, and
You do you.
And I was like, bring it, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll blend right into New Orleans.
Right. Is it legal there?
Probably not, but that doesn't stop anybody.
Right. Yeah. I can dig that. So Shane, man, tell us, because like if anybody missed it, Shane is a filmmaker, and tell us about your endeavors as far as making horror movies.
Well, I started when we made Country Club Breezy about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I just remember laying on the ground for 5 hours.
Which little backstory is I don't understand how he did that, because we're on set filming with Breezy for maybe 10 hours, and every 15 minutes, because he's drinking, he has to pee. Yet when we shoot him, he can lay on the ground for an hour and not one time did he pee. Or maybe he did, we just didn't know it. I mean, he laid there dead, same spot, didn't move for an hour. So if you need a dead body in a horror movie, you need Breezy. But Country Club, it's out now. I got it on YouTube. It was the first movie, first time touching the camera, first time touching sound, first time doing effects, first time everything, first time for all the actors in there. It's out. I mean, we made some mistakes, but it was still fun because we were able to do it, get it out there, and learn from those mistakes. So come to 5 years later, I had a show called Horrorland Television. In between there, we were doing shorts. We were doing like this commentary about horror movies, and then we would end it with a short that we made, and we made a 6-part Bud short. And like I was saying earlier, Bud is inspired by Buddy Bacon from Slaughterhouse. I even have I made my camera guy take a picture of Bud in the door with smoke, just like the picture on the Slaughterhouse DVD or Blu-ray or VHS. So when the short came out on the show, I pieced it all together and put it in film festivals and went over 10 film festivals. And then I thought maybe I have something here. And we decided to make a full movie. And right now it's getting good, reception, and people are liking it. We had a showing Saturday that had over 200 people there, and everyone stayed for the Q&A. So they must have enjoyed it, or they felt obligated. One or the other. I'm going to say they enjoyed it. And the movie premise is pretty much a group of bankers and roughnecks trying to kick out the locals to create their own little casino. They go to Bud and his family's house and let them know that they have a certain amount of time to get out. If they don't get out, they will die. But what they don't realize is Bud and his family are a bunch of cannibals. So I always wanted to make a movie where you were forced to root for the bad person. Because even though those lawyers are assholes and they're killing people and ripping them off their property, Bud and them are cannibals. You can't forget that. But you're going to root for Bud and his family members.
Right. So yeah. So you force the audience to basically root for the protagonists.
Oh yeah.
And it's also one of those fuck around and find out, you know. I mean, that's our generation, right? Like,
I'll tell you what, yeah, you get far enough into those mountains, especially in Appalachia, you F around, you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
We got Leslie Dean in the movie from Freddy's Dead, 976 Evil. She got to knock a guy out with a beer bottle. I felt bad for the guy because we used those breakaway beer bottles, but we didn't read the label saying these still hurt. And we filmed him 3 times getting nailed. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So he actually got busted over the nugget with a breakaway beer bottle.
Oh yeah, 3 times, and we used the first cut. So I feel bad.
No, we watched Bud at the gas station just recently.
Sweet.
Yeah, and
I want to see it if I come to Malapalooza. When I come to Malapalooza, I want to see Bud.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we also have, real quick, so y'all know, is Roy and I will be putting a 4-part anthology together, and we have to have it done by this year's because Roy's very pushy. He wants it done this year. You know, one of my best friends, but when he has something in his head, he wants to get it done. And Breezy and I have been wanting to do something together because, you know, he's got that whole Indian heritage, and you know, he puts those eyeballs in, he looks like a damn vampire. So we're going to be doing a 10-minute short to go on that anthology with Breezy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, about the whole freaking. Well, I had my cousin make all the weapons. So, and actually, Monica, offline, I'll show you these. But my cousin, he does Native American like weapons and stuff. So
sweet.
Yeah, I had him make me like bows and. Huh?
You said Chiricahua cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So I had him make me because me and Shane originally, he had a script for a different movie, which got 86, but I had my cousin actually make me all the weaponry, and I bought the whole outfits and all that. So it's going to be dope. Like whenever me and Shane actually get to it, it's basically, I don't know how you'd say it, man, without giving too much away, but a killer Indian that lives in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You know, you come around, you're not leaving.
Like one of those islands that still have those tribes on it that you don't go to because they're going to eat your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There's that one island you can't land on.
You can't go in. I think it's
exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But we did some good stuff, and there's some actors people need to watch out in my movie because when it ended, and I watched it, I thought, holy crap, how did I get these people for so cheap? You know, because they're fantastic. And once it gets out, I think people are going to be calling them like Ben Rhodes and Whit Paxton. And there's this old man named John Wondrall. I mean, I don't know how old the dude is, but the dude was just fantastic. Never acted before, just wanted to be in it, and just absolutely nailed it.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
It's fun being in front of the camera. It is you either are okay with it and you get comfortable with it fast, or you are the worst like robot ever. There is no in between.
People that please pull your stick out of your, and we'll walk like a normal person.
Yeah. Now they say that the 2 biggest fears in people is public speaking or like acting, and the fear of death. Like they actually quote those as the 2 biggest.
That's
fears.
interesting. I mean, the first one doesn't bother me, but death, I don't know that it's a fear. Like I'm not afraid to die. It's more like FOMO. Like I'm afraid of what I'm not going to be able to witness or participate in once I'm gone.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it's kind of FOMO.
You're no longer part of the story.
Yeah.
That's the fear of it.
I mean, when I have like my friends pass away, I always think, and I mean, not to get like down, like, or anything, but I always think like no longer in this life, because I believe in, you know, reincarnation, but I think no longer in this life, in this consciousness, am I going to be communicating with you. I'm not going to be able to see you. I'm not going to be able to talk to you in this life.
I'm
You know?
haunting people.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I didn't mean to bring it down.
No, you're good. You're good. No, that's you know, that's what it partially is. I mean, anyone who likes horror movies, I believe personally that it's more of an intelligence factor. Like people be like, you know, knock down horror flicks or people who like horror movies is like unintelligence, but the fact that you're confronting you know, that situation is far more intelligent than people who avoid that situation. You know, because it comes down to, and especially when you get into the horror flicks where the dude knows he's screwed and he's like, y'all just go, and they, you know, kind of like remember on Jason Takes Manhattan, the boxer kid, and he's like, you know, he's basically buying time for his homies to get the hell out of there, you know, and that takes gall, man.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, how, like in real life, are people going to be that cavalier, right?
Right.
Like, no, save yourself. I'm gonna be like, bullshit, bitch, come get me. I don't want to die.
Yeah,
you.
You know, I high step it when I'm running. I am high stepping it. I ain't tripping over your corpse.
Putting on the
You're not taking me down.
No, but it's true. That it is. You know, you think of yourself as, you know, the hero of the flick, but when you know, when shit comes down to the point, like, are you really? Or
no. I mean, I think in our heads, all of us are like the hero, but when push comes to shove,
yeah,
when the reality is slapping you in the face, you're like,
yeah, dude, I'll be fucking pushing kids down.
On my way, Grandma. You've lived your life. I gotta go.
Yeah, out of my way, old lady.
I could see his hair going in the wind.
His hair's flowing.
Yeah.
It's a lustrous dew.
Dude, that would be epic, man. Like in a horror flick. Like if it was to come to where like the antagonist or whatever like busted in the thing, and then it instantly went to like what was that track the one they used in National Lampoon's Chariots or whatever. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Chariots of Fire.
And you just have to do like knocking people down.
I think every Gen X kid, if they're running, that's like in the background. That music's playing in the background.
That would be awesome in a horror flick. Like,
I do like my comedy with my horror, so that would be good.
Yeah, I agree. I think a good comedy horror mix, and that's why I'll bring it right back to the 80s horror movie genre. Nightmare on Elm Street, not the first one. Like the first one was actually truly scary. Yeah. But you know, the one-liners that Freddy Krueger got off, and later on, and you know, that mix of laughter and fear, you know, like Moon and Noon, Young Frankenstein, absolutely.
Well, Young Frankenstein isn't even nearly scary, but yeah.
No, it's not scary,
But it takes what was
it's
typically a horror movie and makes light of it. Yeah.
right.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Really? You're shitting me. No, I'm not. You must be Igor. It's Igor.
Igor. Walk like this. No, like this. Yeah.
Really? They told me it was Igor. Well, they told you wrong, didn't they?
So, Shane, you mentioned Horrorland TV. Is that what is that? That's a YouTube thing, right?
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. We stopped it for a little while, mainly because of Bud's situation. With it blowing up, I had to get on writing the script, setting everything up. And we're going to be bringing it back pretty soon. Or we just do it all here in my room. This whole room I'm in right now is covered in horror stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And we talk horror, and then we do shorts. We do some goofy shorts, some horror shorts.
Didn't you have like Muppets or some shit at one point?
Oh yeah, we had Jed doing the Muppet for a little while. Yeah, we had the Muppet eat or little puppet eat mushrooms one time, and was flying around naked in the backyard listening to Reading Rainbow.
Joe knows all about that.
Yes, I do.
He went on an adventure.
Yeah, dude. Dude. Yeah, I was talking about that last night actually, where I was at Roy's and Lisa's. I was giving them the breakdown on the psilocybin products that are available.
This is my personal breakdown.
Yeah,
For a 3-day trip.
3-day trip.
Been on a 3-day adventure.
3-day tour.
It's weird with those things, dude. They always make you question your life. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be a better person while the wall's breathing and shit.
I have never on purpose. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I felt the 8 made me feel weird. I don't wonder if that had some sort of like similar attributes.
I just never liked the laughs because when you start laughing, you laugh so freaking hard, your stomach starts hurting, and you can't laugh. It'll be over the dumbest shit I've ever.
Yeah. So the last time I got stoned I was like 23. It was a minute ago. And I was with my sister and my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. And it was Thanksgiving. And they brought it, and I, was smoking with them. And we were sitting in the dark living room, laughing like just giggling our asses off at nothing. There was nothing. We were in a dark living room, and we were just giggling. And I remember very distinctly that there were like these electric, like neon blue outlines around them. Like anything I looked at had like a zigzaggy electric, like neon blue outline around it. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? But we thought it was hilarious. Just laughing.
Dude, yeah, when I was, Jen was getting my son-in-law was working on her car, putting the alternator in. And I was just sitting there in the freaking seat, of her car, like watching the grass grow and breathe. And I'm like, it's so awesome. Look at the way it moves. Oh, it's beautiful. Nature. It's stupid. Okay, so yeah, we got rerouted. Okay, so
diverted.
Yeah. This might have changed since this question was asked. Which franchise, and this is not for the shots for the group, but if y'all know the answer, go for it. But I'm going to pick Monica and Shane's brain mostly. Which franchise has the most sequels? Puppet Master or Child's Play?
Puppet Master, probably.
And I'm not counting series, like, because I know that's stupid Chucky series.
Like feature.
Yeah, like actual movies.
Yeah.
7, and then you have the 7 puppets plus the Axis series, making it 10. And then Child's Play. I'm going to say Puppet Master.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they have a remake. Yeah, I guess so does Chucky, though. Child's Play. And
There's a remake of Puppet Master?
Yeah, done in Dallas, where you're at right now.
No kidding. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you remember? You know the guy that plays the skinny shorts guy in Reno 911.
Yeah.
He's one of the main actors in it.
No kidding. All right, I'm going to check that out then.
Yeah, fantastic movie. You know, you see him in Reno 911 as this gay, skinny, short cop guy. So it's really hard to see him as a normal character in a horror movie. It's kind of like watching, was it Ticks in the 80s with Clint Howard?
I love Ticks.
Yeah, well, you have Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as a gangster. So
Alfonso,
just him in the background doing his thing.
Yeah. It's so hard for me to not look at him and go, dude, you're so fake.
You know, I liked Ticks. Okay, speaking of Ticks, I think that was like early 90s, but we'll lump it into the 80s. I remember it had Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. His daughter was one of the actresses in there.
I was such a
fan of the Monkees growing up that I was like keeping track of them. And when his daughter broke out as an actress, she was in that, and she was in another like feature movie, like a real movie, and she was Ted Danza's daughter. I forget the name of that movie, but anyway, that's why I remember Ticks, because like, oh, that's Mickey Dolenz's daughter.
Nice, dude. I'm more informed now. I did not know that. You know how Mickey Dolenz actually got his gig at the Monkees?
Probably just a cattle call.
No, is his mom. Do you know what his mom was famous for?
Was she Alice on the Brady Bunch?
No, she invented whiteout.
Really?
Whiteout, yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Huh.
No.
See, Mickey Dolenz was always like the weirdest looking monkey to me, and I was like, who procreated with him? Teenage Monica was like, somebody put the bullet.
That was sympathy. It was sympathy. Oh, no, yeah, true. You're right. That was Michael Ness's mom. My bad. Okay, misinformation. Strike me down.
Oh.
I owe you a shot in New Orleans. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, okay. I owe you a shot, bro. No.
That's funny.
But yeah, so okay. Okay, so back to the 80s horror. If you
here's you one, Bruzy.
What?
I said, here's you one. You know, everybody knows about Sleepaway Camp 2, but who really thinks Sleepaway Camp 1 is the number one when they have Sleepaway Camp 2, I think is way better than part 1. But everyone always talks about the first Sleepaway Camp. I mean, the Sleepaway Camp 2 had Pamela Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen's sister, and then Emilio Estevez's sister in it. And, you know, as an 80s kid, I watched Sleepaway Camp, but you go to the VHS store to rent movies based off the covers. You really didn't read the back, see what it's all about. Well, you know, so Sleepaway Camp 2 had that girl with the backpack, the Jason mask, the Freddy gloves. Yeah. I mean, that was just iconic. And then, I mean, as a young man growing up in the 80s, you're guaranteed a bunch of boobs in a movie like Sleepaway Camp 2. And there were 0 in part 1. So, you know, as a 9-10-year-old kid, I was really impressed with part 2 over 1.
I I did. I thought all of them actually were pretty good because back in the 80s, I was just judging horror movies by how much blood and guts I saw. And Sleepaway Camp 1 was kind of that twist ending. It was that shocker at the end.
Yes, it did have it.
Yeah, but 2 and I think there was a 3 too.
Yeah,
there was a
four.
Yeah.
I actually have a poster over here.
Yeah, so I liked those actually better than the first because there was more just carnage, I guess. And that's what I was looking for at the time.
Yeah.
And you already knew the secret. You already knew the secret. So
yeah, but I'd never partied with what's her name?
Felicity Rose.
I've not partied with Felicity, so that's kind of what I was getting at. Is I've never partied with the chick from part 2 and 3 and 4.
She don't do it. She don't do clothes or anything like that. And I don't think she realized what a cult following she has right now. The amount of money she can make at some of these conventions, because if she treats people like I like part 2 over part 1, but Felicia Rose is fantastic with her fans.
Dude, she is awesome, man.
Yeah,
she is
fantastic.
A cool chick. Yeah. And we're gonna bring Monica into our world, and she's gonna be schmoozing with all these actors and actresses. We got her down.
Kicking it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You get to learn different things, You get to hear, things that, especially when you get to hang out with Breezy and I, because we get them on a different level that they're not telling you on stage. But like how, Amelia Kincaid only did it because her aunt from, that was on the Golden Girls forced her to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, in other words, with Shake, yeah. We get them fucked up and they party.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's truth serum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hydrating. Hold on.
How dare you?
Had to dilute it. I just knocked off the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me get back to the
Dolls.
Yeah, Dolls, and I was getting into the chat.
What was Dolls? What's his name's first movie? What was his name? Who's the guy that created Puppet Master? Charles Band. Charles Band.
So, who?
Charles Band is. I think Dolls was his first movie, wasn't it?
The director?
Okay.
Yeah, I know he had something to do with Dolls.
Bring me the bottle.
So, Dolls director. Well, at least that's what Google is telling me. The director was Stuart Gordon.
Really?
Yeah.
I know Charles Band had something to do with it, though.
Let's see. I remember.
It was produced by Charles Band.
Okay. I love that movie. That's another underrated movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
It is great. Like, the premise is pretty cool. I remember, I heard about it and I wanted to see it, and don't judge me. So I really liked the band Aha back in the 80s. Don't judge me.
You judge.
That was legit the first concert I went to. The second one was David Bowie's Glass Spider Tour, so I totally redeemed myself. But I did like Aha. And Bunty Bailey was one of the actresses in Dolls, and she was the girlfriend of the lead singer of that band at the time. So I was I got to go see this horror movie. I would have seen it anyway because it was a horror movie. That was part of the driving force to get me to see it.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's the one that says, anti-cues, the old stuff. She couldn't say antique.
The old guy.
What happens after drinking at a night with Roy?
This is what's happened when you're talking to Breezy. on a holiday afternoon.
Well, the old man in Dolls is also in Puppet Master 4 and 5.
Oh, really?
He's in I forget what the main character is. The guy that he's actually
The guy that makes the puppets.
master.
Yeah.
Yes, but he becomes Decapitron in 4 and 5. He becomes a puppet himself.
Okay, I gotta watch 4 and 5. I don't think I made it past number 2.
Oh my god!
4 and 5.
I mean, this is one of those scenarios where, it's like we talk about Nightmare on Elm Street, which, we got to love one for what it did, even though it probably wouldn't have been as big if people didn't protest Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was number 1 in the theaters. It was removed too quick, and which boosted up Nightmare on Elm Street. But when I think about movies, I think my favorite one, if I'm going to watch a Nightmare on Elm Street, it's going to be part 3. It's the same thing with Puppet Master. Puppet Master 3 is the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that. I'll sub. Yeah. No, yeah. Dream Warriors was the Nightmare on Elm Street for me. 100%. And same with Puppet Master 3.
It was fantastic.
Those were dope. So, okay, so I was looking in the chats. How do y'all feel about Phantasm?
Ooh.
Oh.
That's like a psychological, that's just a mind screw.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Phantasm.
Yeah.
And the first one, it's another one of those weird ones for me. I love the first one, but part 2 is my favorite.
Yeah, the first one's okay, but the sequel, actually all the sequels, I like all the sequels, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
I like them all. The first one is good, but yeah, I just, the sequels are great too. The tall man, when they explain the world they come from, how it's just broken down, and then he goes and just decimates one little tiny town at a time and is building up. And of course the orbs, I mean, who isn't going to be freaked out by this freaking orb that attaches to you?
And then the drill comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people are going to be like, boo, Breezy. Screw you, Breezy. I'm killing him. But, I couldn't do the Phantasms.
Really?
They weren't. Yeah, dude. I mean, didn't get my goat.
They're definitely psychological, horror movies. It's not just a straight at you, like Jason, it's just a dude in a mask hunting you down. These are they drill into your noggin a little bit, and they get in there and mess with you. Because I remember after I saw the first one, I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how I feel about this, because it's alternate reality, maybe not alternate reality, kind of two worlds meshing together in a really disturbing manner. Yeah,
no, I mean, I respected them. I didn't kick it out of bed or nothing, but I was like, man, it's not I guess you said, Monica, straight up, it wasn't horror per se. It was, psychological thriller. And I guess when I'm thinking back on it, I was probably just expecting, at that point in time when I was a kid, just expecting the blood and the gore and the ring, part of it, instead of, the over, how would you call it? The psychology of it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it worms its way in there. I mean, it worms its way into your psyche, I think, anyway. Yeah. It did for me. Yeah. It makes you think afterwards. It's disturbing. There's something about it for me personally that was unsettling. And I can't put my finger exactly on it, what it was, but it's unsettling. And I think it's that, alternate reality versus real actual reality, kind of this blurred line between the two that the movie produces.
Right.
Gotcha.
What about Warlock?
All right.
Oh, I love Warlock.
Warlock.
I
Oh,
love
dude.
Warlock.
Yeah.
It's a good book too. Good book.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. The good thing is they made a movie.
See, I like the book. The book goes into more detail and it tells you like what the devil endowed him with.
Oh, okay. I'll let my
Right.
wife give me the backstory. Didn't
Yeah.
he die 2 years ago, a year ago? Julian Sons on
Yeah.
a hiking. That's sad. He'd have
It
been a
is
good one
sad,
too.
you know, and I was really upset that there wasn't more media about it. Because I think when I first learned about him going missing, it was like on some random ass TikTok that I saw. And I was like, what the, like, what? And
That was
then
the same
they
with me.
found his body like the following spring. Thank God they found his body. But I mean, he deserved a lot more fanfare for his passing, in my opinion, than he got, because he was a good actor. He was in a ton of movies,
Oh, man.
And he
Oh, I
was
know.
wonderful. And I mean, he was another 80s actor I totally had a crush on, like an inappropriate crush on, considering the age difference.
It was the hair.
Nice. It's something about, I don't know. I like long, pointy faces, apparently. But yeah, Warlock was great, I thought. And it goes into a lot of like actual like folklore regarding witches and the Pennsylvania Dutch, right? Because it's a true like myth or folklore, whatever you want to call it, where if you are being plagued by a witch, the cream turns sour. If you drive the nail into the footprint, or really any part of the body that's impressed into the ground, you drive a nail into it and they feel the pain. You know, you twist the iron keys over the eyes to help cure the blindness. That's all like actual like Pennsylvania Dutch.
Oh, that's what that actually was about. For
Yeah,
the blind,
real.
because the dude was bleeding through his eyes, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's the
I never
iron.
put two and two together. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, we learned stuff here at the Breezy Speakeasy.
And the Pennsylvania Dutch were German. You know that, right? The Pennsylvania Dutch were not Dutch. They were German. But the German word for German is Deutsch. And the American ears weren't hearing Deutsch. They were hearing Dutch. So that's what they call the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah. Someone said Hellraiser, a great 23.
Oh, Waxworks. Now, Waxworks is awesome.
It's fantastic. And part 2 don't get the credit it deserves because it didn't have the whole little vibe, but I like jumping the back and forth through portals and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 2 was okay. I like that they killed her stepdad because he was an asshole. But I liked number 1. I liked the vignettes, right? So the little individual story vignettes in number 1 was really cool. And it was a pretty new concept, I think, at the time. You know, it was unique.
Oh yeah, it was different.
Yeah, and the werewolf was good. You know, I got to judge on your werewolf and the vampire, not a real vampire, but it's that, you know, alluring mythos that you hear about, like the pretty vampires. Like if you go deep into vampire mythology, those things are not cool. You don't want to see one.
Well, earlier you were talking about practical effects, and in that scene with the vampire, remember when they're like eating his leg? That looked real.
Yeah,
that was good effects.
So there was a movie, and I think it was a made-for-TV movie, and I'm pretty sure it was called Hunter's Moon, and it had a very similar scene where there was somebody being held captive, and they were dissecting the person and feeding it to the people, and they were calling it Hunter Stew. And they had taken apart the limbs, and it was very similar to that scene in Waxworks. But Waxworks had a lot of comedy involved in it also. You know, because when the kid gets pushed into the werewolf scene, he's like, okay, who put the acid in my drink again? And, you know, he thinks he's having a trip. He thinks he's having a bad acid trip, and it's like actually taking place around him. He's like, whoa, dude, like just calm down. We'll get you some. It's okay.
I forgot about that. I might have to watch that one again tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one. And the final battle scene is pretty interesting too. And it's kind of reminiscent of Cabin in the Woods, where all the creatures come out and start fighting. Because the final battle scene in Waxworks has the same thing. All the vignettes come out and they start fighting.
Yep.
Yeah. And I love that. It's like striking old freaking war wounds. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that scar.
Remember that psychological.
I haven't thought about Waxworks. Yeah, I haven't thought about Waxworks or even watched it in probably a couple decades. Like, it's literally been, God, I'm old.
I'm still older than you, so whatever.
Yeah, but you look younger, so you get it.
I think I look my age. We'll see. Everybody who comes to New Orleans can judge. You can judge. I'll give you one free judging pass.
All right, let's do some a little more horror trivia until we can come up with another playlist. Okay, in which movie from the 1950s, this isn't 80s, but did Raymond Burr play a character named Steve Martin? What the fuck is that?
I don't know them. I'm just gonna start throwing random movies out there. Tarantula,
I've never even heard of
them.
it. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's called
The Thing from Another World. I don't know.
Godzilla.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm throwing all these rando ones out, and it's freaking Godzilla.
Yeah, what I'm gonna have to write these people and be like, Godzilla is not horror.
But he's a terror. If you watch the American-made Godzillas, he's saving the world and preventing these monsters from attacking us. But if you go back to old school Japanese, he's killing stuff. He's killing
I
people.
mean, he flattens like Tokyo like 500 times. I'm sure they don't have a benevolent view of it.
We just
threw that kaiju, man.
Oh shit, Derek's here. We're gonna invite Derek on.
Here's what you need to do.
Rob can join. He's here too. I sent him the link. Hey, Derek.
What up, Derek?
Hey, sorry, I was napping with the baby, man.
No, you good, brother.
I was napping with a baby.
Hey, Breezy, real quick. Can you tell Derek what you think of Phantasm?
I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan. I mean,
Okay. I mean,
see, Derek understands me.
No, he's a fan of Phantasm.
He accepts me for who I am.
But I can see why people don't like it. I mean, it
just wasn't a horror flick for me. It's
like a fever dream.
It was exactly.
But it's still scary. I mean, it still disturbs you. Like psychologically, I think it jacked me up psychologically more than scared me. Now, the only thing that really, like the tall man didn't scare me. The little weird little empty things didn't scare me. But those floating orbs, those scared me.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, one of the UFOs that I've actually seen in real life, like no bullshit, was one of those. But it was about 50 times the size of it. But it was huge. But it was a freaking... Yeah, it looked just like the orbs in Phantasm.
Well, hopefully
it was
attached to your noggin.
Well, when you do go into the other world, it's kind of a low point a little bit.
Can you turn up Derek's volume? Because I can barely hear him.
Well, I'm not on my laptop either, so it might be me. That better?
No.
Hold on, let me see if I could use let me go to my settings.
Derek also has the Matthew McConaughey voice, and he's like, man.
All right. I have a Matthew McConaughey story where I didn't know who it was I was talking to.
Nice.
I might have to do it on my phone, man, because we ended up not going home, so I'm on my phone.
That's cool, man. If you got to switch devices, go for it, bro.
That's true. I am also a little deaf, but I have my volume turned up quite a bit because I'm old.
Yeah, if you got to switch devices, no big deal.
Dude, that guy behind you scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
Up out of nowhere.
yeah. Monica's been drinking wine.
Drink a whole damn bottle.
Is that Lance in the background?
Oh, that's Lance.
That's Lance?
But you can see.
Oh,
Tell him to say hi. Don't be a
it's
lurker.
going to go down.
Now I don't hear you at all, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, no, you're completely.
I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear.
I see a lot of this, but not a lot of this.
You know, this was in the 80s, and it probably is far from probably even considered a horror movie, but it scared me as a kid. Do you remember Return to Oz?
Dude, you
Vaguely.
freaking stole my freaking shine, bro.
Stolen
I
thunder.
told Roy last night, I was like, I'm gonna bring it in when no one expects it. Return of Oz was one of the freakiest, scariest freaking movies. You know, like the Wheelers, dude.
Yes,
The
I
freaking
know.
Wheelers.
I don't remember it scaring me. I must have seen it later in life.
Yeah, it was
Wow,
pretty
we got
bad.
Scotty on stage too.
All right.
Got a
Got
whole
everybody.
lot
Guys.
better.
That's
What's
another
going
one of my
on, brother?
favorite actors.
How y'all
Scotty
doing?
is
Hey,
Scotty,
Scotty.
and he is a profound actor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me and him were in the same movie together. He was
Sweet.
great. But
See, now that's something I can't say I've done. I have never been in a movie. I've been on TV, but not in a movie. You got
You
one
will
up
be.
on me, Breezy.
you will be. It's just a matter of time. All right, so since we got Scotty, Derek, and even freaking Lance, even though he's not in the picture. So Scotty, I'll pick your brain first. If you had to go with a go-to horror movie from the 80s that you can watch continuously and not get tired of, what would it be?
Texas Chainsaw Part 2.
Really?
Hmm.
That's an obscure one. Cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Why for?
It was the first movie I ever watched. I was 2 years old, I believe.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I used to run around the house with a little toy chainsaw over my head and my diaper. I watched it so much that my mother had to hide it from me, and I would find it so I could watch it.
So that's a testament to parenting in the 80s when they let their 2-year-old watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Far out fan. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad all y'all showed up, man. For real, it's awesome, man. I'm glad I could count on my gas station cats to really come out and hook up the show.
I'm trying to see what year that was made. That was a Toby Hooper. Seriously, Toby Hooper was a director on that?
I think
Yeah.
it was
86. So you were born in 84. I am surrounded by puppies.
No, I was born in 88.
Oh, man.
Sweet
Yeah.
Jeebus. Yeah. Scotty's a young cat, but he's got a lot of old school knowledge.
Clearly. I mean, his favorite movie is Part 2.
Right.
I actually didn't see the original till several years after I saw the second one.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of people out there. It's like the first one is the best one ever. That's the best of all of them. And I could jump on a little bit, but to me, my personal favorite was the second one. That's what got me into horror movie. Bill Moseley was amazing in it. So yeah. I loved it that it had like some comedy to it in ways with Bill
Right.
Murray.
Yeah.
See, that's going back to that comedy, like intertwined in the horror. And
Yeah.
that's just I think we all like that. You know, it gives
Yes.
it a little, takes the edge off, makes you feel relaxed before the next like jump scare or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, it's like salt and chocolate. It like goes together just perfect. You know what I mean? But yeah, so okay, we'll start down the line. I'll go with ladies first, of course. First horror movie, 80s style, or for Shane, 90s. I mean, not Shane Scott. That you ever saw in the movie theater? Like, what was the first one you saw?
Well, I mean, if we want to get technical, I saw the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the movie theater, but I was a baby. My mother took me to it.
Yeah, because that was what, 1974?
And the same with Jaws. It was the same year I was born, I'm pretty sure, like 73.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
73 was made and 74 was released.
Okay, so I was a year old then.
A year old. All right. So, Shane, what was the first one you saw in an actual movie theater?
Mine was actually in the 90s. I was 11, and I saw Freddy's Dead when they did it all 3D style.
3D style?
Mhm.
Hell yeah. That was
Oh,
dope. Scotty, what you got?
This may sound a little weird, but the first one I ever saw, the scary movie that I ever saw in theater was that I can remember. I think it was the first Scream.
Oh man, I love Scream.
Yeah. And my grandmother took me and her son, my uncle, that got me into scary movies, took me and him to watch it. And I remember her being like this the entire time, my grandma.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't remember because okay, so I don't know if y'all considered the genres as scary movies, but so I remember Critters and
Oh wow, I
Gremlins.
remember Critters.
I remember seeing those in the movie theater.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think when I was so fast forward to when I'm like an actual young preteen or tween or whatever the fuck they call it. I went and I mowed a bunch of yards. Like I mowed like 7 or 8 yards in a day and built up the money to take all my friends to go see Texas Chainsaw 3. You know, the mullet chainsaw. R.A. Millenhoff.
Which one has Matthew McConaughey in it?
The fourth
That's
one, Next Generation.
Fourth one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
If we could just get him to the Cult Classic Convention.
All right.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
No, well, see, what's cool about that one is a lot of people don't realize it, but so in the original Texas Chainsaw, right? Toby Hooper, he was a film student at UT, University of Texas, right? And that was, I want to say it was his first, and who else was from UT? I want to say it was Gunner or Franklin. But fast forward in the world, and part 4 was Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger's first movie, and they were film students at the University of Texas. So,
I didn't realize she went to UT.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
I think you said McConaughey's first movie.
Yeah,
his
wasn't that?
First horror movie.
I think it was his first, but
His
could
first,
be-
his first movie was Dazed and Confused.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
he
thought.
met a guy in a bar, and the guy in the bar was making the movie,
Yeah.
and recruited him to go do Dazed and Confused. But both Matthew McConaughey and Renee tried to get that movie removed because they hated it so much. And if you see all his movies, the movie was bad. But Matthew McConaughey's role, he dominated that role. He was terrifying. I mean, the movie's about Leatherface, and I didn't even realize he was in it because he stole the show.
He did, man. He was great in it.
Yeah. Testament to the acting skills.
Yes.
Lance is in the chat. Lance is in the chat. Got to get on here, bro. Come on, man. Partying, having a good time. Scotty smoking. We're drinking.
I gotta pop out for a second, y'all. So
Yeah,
I'll
do you think?
pop back in a second.
What about the run of Pumpkinhead? Do you like Pumpkinhead?
Oh,
I love
dude.
the first
Okay, I can't miss Pumpkinhead. Because I love me some Pumpkinhead.
Oh, yes.
But
You know
number
the-
2 is so stupid.
I know, but it's fun, though. It is
I
stupid.
don't-
but it's fun.
And that had Dolan's daughter in it too.
Once you get married, you don't get Pumpkinhead anymore.
But the original was terrifying. And it really, because I was always interested in like Appalachia, like Granny Witch and backwoods, like legends and
Oh, yeah.
magic and all of that, like witchcraft. And that really like lit the fire under it. They had like a moderate like interest in it, but after watching Pumpkinhead, that really like accelerated it for me.
Did you know the dog in Pumpkinhead is also the dog in Gremlins?
Mm-mm.
What? Really?
Yeah.
No shit. That's dope.
That's cool.
Pumpkinhead, you know, that's one of the movies from the 80s, like Monster Squad, right? And
Wolfman's
Yeah.
got cards.
yeah, but it changes because you had kids, and so like, because I remember Pumpkinhead just being Pumpkinhead, and then once I actually had kids, then like when the dirt bikers, you know, unalive the child,
favorite part.
it hits you like right in the gut, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're a kid and you see that, you're like, whatever. But as a parent, you're like, God bless it. I totally get Lance Hendrickson's characters. Like, motivation there.
Can you hear them?
Exactly.
I would
You.
literally rewind the dirt bike part over and over and over and over and just watch the dirt bike part. Not the kid getting hit or anything, but just them unloading the dirt bikes, getting them off with the trailer, bringing them up and riding them and jumping the jumps. That part of the movie, like that's like a big part of the movie that made me like the movie.
Really?
I guess
I fast forward right through that these days. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to see that. I get what's going on. Skip right to the part where he rolls up on old Granny Witch in the back cabin.
I love dirt bikes, so that like draws me in so much. And I think it's cool that I love that movie because I love horror and I love dirt bikes. So it had like
there you go.
two of what I love in the movie.
Yeah, Scotty is he used to be you did like competition dirt bike stuff back in the Gap, right?
Yeah, I did. I rode a pro amateur motocross. And I got paralyzed racing dirt bikes.
Oh my gosh.
It hasn't stopped him though. He's a tough son of a gun.
Yesterday was Saturday. Saturday was 23 years I've been hurt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but he's still one of my best people, man. I love Scotty to death, dude. No matter what.
Love you too, brother.
Yeah, good dude, man, and heart of gold, straight up. All right, so since we got the crew here, let's do some of this. do some trivia. All right, and whoever gets it first, I'll send you a bottle. And this is only for not for the chat. I'm not sending all the eyes.
Hey, can you hear on this thing?
Yes.
All right,
No.
I couldn't hear you.
Derek's still figuring his
there it went.
stuff out.
Can you
We
mute
can
it?
hear you.
Because all I hear is like
Yeah,
him talking and music.
yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick a more difficult one because if I'm sending a bottle, you're gonna have to
earning
work for it. These are too easy. I might have to go to the hard ones. Hang on.
Muted it. So you can tell me.
Which I can't read.
Ooh. That's like
Where the hell is that?
It's Derek.
Oh, that's Derek. Damn it, Derek. Mute your mic. Sweet Jesus. Okay, all right. Damn, I can't read.
where's Jen?
Yeah, she left. She left me alone.
You have a child that's literate?
Right. Okay.
Can you show the card? Does it have the answer shown on the front?
No, it's on the back.
Oh, then show the card.
What was the profession of the main heroine in stupid breezy and the main heroine in the 1981 werewolf film The Howling?
She was a reporter.
TV news reporter. So you only get half the bottle.
Anything to get out of sending a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. I'll send her a bottle. It's just gonna be some Mad Dog 2020.
I'll twist it out of him, and if I can't get it, I'll work on Jen.
Wait a minute. He like pausing him or some shit when he puts him in his ear.
So we can hear you guys.
Yeah, we can hear you on. So don't, yeah, shut up, Breezy. All right. Who directed the 1992 film Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Coppola.
And what's the offspin of Coppola?
You have to.
The what?
What's the offspin of Francis Ford Coppola?
You
The
ready?
off? What? Okay, I'm drunk.
There's like an offspin of Francis Ford Coppola.
Off-brand.
An offspin.
Oh, a spinoff.
Yeah, spinoff.
Well, it would be his nephew, right? It would be what's his face? Let's see his face.
Nicolas Cage.
Cage. That's right.
Got him in the house.
All right, Derek. Do we have you?
I hope so. I can hear y'all.
I
but
can hear
I
you.
You can hear
got
you. There's a lot of
background.
background noise, though.
Yeah. But we finally got you, bro.
Is it the fish tank that you hear? I can move.
It's like banging.
Hold on. Yeah, it's probably the fish tank. Hold on, I'm moving. I'm going to Sam's office. So maybe it'll
Like somebody's remodeling your house.
Okay, so back to Pumpkinhead. What was y'all's favorite?
Is that better? Sorry.
Yeah,
Nope.
Still sounds like more construction. I'm in Sam's office now, and I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
There's feedback.
Okay. Well,
Oh, hold
yeah,
on.
that sounds quiet.
Now it's
Is that
quiet.
better?
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
quiet.
Okay. So I guess when it hooked up those headphones, it turned my phone volume all the way up, so that might have done it. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro.
I'm sorry. Jesus. All right. Sorry to interrupt and cause all that problem.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. So out of the Pumpkinhead installations or the sequels and all that, what was everybody's favorite? And obviously, ladies go first. So
Number one.
you didn't like
The
this?
first one's my favorite.
Okay.
The second one was weird. It's just weird.
There's the second one, Blood Wings,
Yeah, Blood Wings.
with the biker gang or whatever. Or am I thinking of the same movie?
No,
that's
that was the third one, I think.
Yeah.
So the first one then.
Okay, Scotty, what do you got, bro?
The first one.
First one?
Yeah.
Y'all are fans of the sequels. What about Shane?
The deal is,
us
the
your
first one is my favorite, but having that guy at the cold and getting to know the guy that played Pumpkinhead, he got one of those special heart. Still number one's the best. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the cast. I mean, they had some good people in that movie.
Dude,
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Now I gotta duck out for a quick second, so y'all
Okay, go for it.
sorry.
Now for me, like honestly, the I think it was part 4 or 5, which was the one where the Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure came back. That was one of my favorites. Like, no bullshit. Like, I actually literally enjoyed it because he was like, yeah, I got him. He's back there somewhere, but yeah. But yeah, I dug that one. I thought that was, as far as sequels go, that was one of my go-tos as far as Pumpkinhead. Same with like Wishmaster. I love the first one. Part 3 though was dope as fuck. I dug the shit out of it.
Part 2, when he made that guy turn around and screw himself.
Wish my lawyer would go fuck himself.
Wish my lawyer would go fuck himself.
Good news, we're gonna cut you out of here.
And he's like, "Hey, I got you out of prison." Yeah.
Yeah, the inmate that's always a inmate in every single movie he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that dude Hector that plays the same.
Isn't he Hector and everything too? He's like,
yeah, he's Hector and everything.
It's like in his contracts, he can't be named anyone but Hector.
Oh yeah, dude. I just, not to break the show or anything, but man, I just want to take a pause and time out to really thank all of y'all for coming in, man. Y'all are my people, y'all are my boys, and
Yeah, man.
I'm really glad y'all came through, for sure, for real.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Thanks for asking me to come on.
Oh yeah,
Dude. Yeah, so every I'm not trying to do promotion, but every Thursday I'm on Monica's channel, Our Paranormal World, and every Friday me and Monica do a show on my channel called Friday Fright Night, And so if y'all ever want to come on, y'all ever want to kick it and just lax back and get on the breezy speakeasy, y'all are all more than welcome, straight up. So,
Dude, we appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Sure, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah, once we get up to Michigan and settled in, I'll probably hop on more. Yeah, we got about a month.
Yeah, you're moving to Michigan, bro. How's that going?
It's going. I mean,
It's going.
Yeah, not much I can do about it. I'll be closer to Sky. That's about the only good good thing out of it, really. And,
We're happy
yeah,
to
good folks and shit.
have you.
Uh-huh.
I said, we're happy to have you, baby. We love you.
Oh, love you. We'll be there in a month and some change.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
You shut your filthy little mouth.
Dude, actually, I'll probably be close to y'all, both of y'all. So I got invited to do a paranormal research thing at Eloise Asylum in Detroit, and it's a like a 5-story plus basement.
Oh yeah, Miranda's telling me
insane
about that.
asylum. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing that and then going out to Zug Island because Zug Island has a bunch of weird shit involved with it, you know. So I'll probably be in y'all's neck of the woods pretty soon.
I
Within
think
the next
Detroit's
couple
only
Go to the haunted house at.
20 or 30 minutes from where I'll be, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to Taylor, Michigan, so I don't.
Eloise is like on the suburb of Detroit, but I can't remember what's Southfield, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Dope.
think we went to a haunted house there a year or two ago.
So all right. So Shane was here for it, but Scotty and Derek, y'all weren't. So if you had to pick like the genre of your favorite 80s horror flicks, right? Like how would you pick it? Like creature features, slashers, you know, whole 9 yards, and what was your favorite go-to? And I'm not getting into the VHS artwork because that's a really big deal, you
Yeah.
know, because man, you'd rent shit that like Pieces or
The art's
what was
cooler
the
than the
one?
flick.
Chopping Mall. Yeah, Chopping Mall, which had nothing to do with chopping.
And there's robots and shit. It was
Yeah.
still a good movie, but I felt
Based
cheated, yeah.
So
No,
what would y'all be y'all's go to?
genre would probably slasher, but the one I've probably honestly seen the most was The Shining in the 80s.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I've just probably watched that one the most. My grandmother had a whole bunch, like anytime a movie would come on, she would record it. So that's how I saw most of it, but I saw mostly like TV versions of flicks.
How would you categorize like Night of the Demons or Hellraiser?
I don't know.
Man,
What's
that's a good one.
That'd be like almost possession kind of, but like being as there, I don't know, but that really possession ones weren't really a thing except for like Exorcist and shit.
You're right.
I mean, because then
Yeah.
Evil Dead would kind of fall in the same category too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be
Yeah, possession.
I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. That's what really would that be called?
I'd cue it in with possession. You know, yeah, you know. Evil Dead, well, until you get 3, which was great. Yeah, I'd characterize that right up there with The Exorcist and stuff like that, you know.
Or summoning movies of some sort.
Right. What about you, Scotty? What you got? What was your favorite go-to?
I hate to say it again, but it was Texas Chainsaw.
You love that chainsaw, don't you?
Dude, yes. Yeah, I do, man. I do. It was 2nd through 4 and then the first one. Like I would always watch them. Like I can remember going into the Main Street Video in Collins and going all the way to the back of the room where they had it all the way in the back corner, and it was always the creepiest spot of the store. And like you was talking earlier too about movies and looking at the movie covers, the cover of the movie.
Yeah.
Or Shane was. I never would read the back of the movie hardly. It was always looking at the cover. And I was always drawn to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lipstick cover of Next Generation, what made me watch that one, and then when I watched it, I was kind of like, all right, that's
All right.
something else. But yeah,
The Matthew McConaughey one, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
controlling his leg with the remote control. I was pretty young. I was like, what's going on?
Well, I
I don't
mean,
know how that works.
The only thing,
that was probably my least favorite one. But
yeah,
Matthew McConaughey and Tyler Shea was really good in it.
Right.
my only gig about that was the fact that, okay, so that kind of reminds me of, what was it? The Halloween, I think it was like 6 and 7, where it transcended to secret society, Illuminati type, because like in Next Generation, that's how it was. Like at the very end, it was
It had that weird, real weird guy in it.
yeah,
Like
the dude with the piercings,
yeah.
just like me.
What movie are we talking about, Joe?
We're talking about Texas Chainsaw 4 and also the Halloween thing where it transcended into like a Illuminati-ish secret society that's been
Yeah, but that Curse of Michael Myers had some brutal ass kills in it.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
but
it
I
was
just
pretty dark.
didn't dig that. I didn't dig that that whole part of it where, because he had like the tattoo, right? And he was part of this the Black Hat Men and all that shit, like I just prefer my serial killers to be psychopaths. And not like moved by
trying to kill his incest baby.
Right, yeah.
It's like it wasn't about the family taking care of shit. It was like answering to somebody. It's like they was answering to somebody, the Illuminati.
Right. Yeah, because the original Texas Chainsaw, I mean, their entire motivation was food, and when you really break it down, even in the natural world, right? Like the only reason humans get up and go and do anything is to eat. Like that's your sustenance. You know what I mean? Like if you really break it down to our initial drive, as a human being or as an animal or anything like that, it's to eat. That's what it is. And so, I love the scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, when Gunner's like frustrated with the fact that why are these people like coming on the property, and he's like sitting there in the mask, and he's like what the fuck is going on, and he's like, why are these people just coming to me? like that's like fuel for the fire, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Looking outside to see if there's any more.
yeah, exactly.
Have you read his book?
Whose book?
Gunner's, the Chainsaw Confidential. It's
I read about a quarter of it, and then the tornado took it, and I ain't got another one.
It's really good. I think it's only like 200 pages, but it's like the making of, and it's a really good book.
Poor Scotty. He was like,
no kidding.
Nader got it all.
And then Nader got it all.
Well, when I come up there, I can let you read my copy. I got one. If no Nader's hitting me between now and then.
I just need to order me another copy. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, I think that's so. No.
Not to get off the left page, but I know Shane is, of course. Are y'all gonna try to make it for the Mallapalooza?
Oh, I won't be able to for obvious reasons.
Yeah, y'all are
lame. I'm just kidding.
Oh, trust me, I know.
I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, it's not by choice.
You suck, bro. Nah, it's all
Big old
good.
fat one.
How about cult classics? Are you gonna try and make it down for that?
Depending on how I
Anything in
get
there?
settled in and whatnot, I'm gonna try.
Dude,
we-
the first four guests are dope. I mean,
Now, here's
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing. We got an 8, and we're talking about 80s movies. And this is, we're not going to announce this for a while. It'll be only here on your show. We have Rhonda Shear from USA Up All Night.
Oh,
no
I love
fucking
her.
shit.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
dude.
Yep. There's your 80s. She started in the 80s.
You know, everybody thinks about Joe Bob, but Rhonda, like, she carried USA Up All Night. I mean,
Yes, he did. And terrific outfits.
yep.
Yeah, great boobs. No, but no, that's freaking dope that you said that. That like kicked me in the high drive for a minute because me and Monica talk about Rhonda Shears a lot. Like that's one of our go-tos, and so man, Monica, you get to meet Rhonda Shears and party and do shots with her and shit.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
She gets to meet me. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, let's get that. Yeah, let's get that situated. Yeah, I know, but yeah, the four that they poked out first was Joe Bob, Darcy the Mail Girl, Jenna, and who the hell else was it?
We got the killer, the killer from the Winnie the Pooh 2 movie, which if you haven't seen, fantastic. And Dante. We got Dante he's the main guy. Well, he's one of Adam Sandler's buddies, and Derek's
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
He's the one that gives the water boy hell. Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also in Strange Wilderness.
I love Strange Wilderness.
Oh my gosh, right?
That's
another. It's not a horror movie, but it is an underrated movie. It is.
Yes.
Well, we've talked about a Chopping Ball reunion or doing a Reanimator 2 reunion, but still bringing Barbara Crampton for part 1. But she did Chopping Ball also. So
see, Chopping Mall. Okay, Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall makes you think that there's a serial killer loose. Yeah. When really it's just a bunch of robots with laser beams.
Yeah. So
and a girl running through the mall with a camel toe the whole time.
Yeah, giant camel
I was
toe.
kind of disappointed in that movie.
Wasn't Kelly Maroney also in Night of the Comet?
I don't
Wasn't
think
Kelly Maroney also in Night of the Comet? Or am I thinking of someone else? She was?
Blonde in Night of the Comet?
I think so.
I know we had the chick from the Night of the Comet down. I can't remember her name.
That's another movie that a lot of people don't talk about, but it was pretty big in its day. It was not. I remember when that first came out, like in the theaters. That's how old I am, and it was a big deal.
Yes.
Like it was scary.
Kelly Maroney, she was in Night of the Comet.
Kelly Maroney, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got her on the wall, but in the other room.
She didn't make the main room.
No, this is my new room. So this is all from I think the last 2 years of Cult.
Oh, well, that's the one that gets airtime, so I would assume it was the main room.
No, the main one's in my bedroom, but y'all don't get to see that because of
That's cool.
Nefarious toys that might be hanging around. No, I'm just playing. But
like what was it?
But are you?
Weekend after next weekend, the uncle's room.
Right. Yeah. No, but so it was crazy. I'll mention that. So Chopping Mall. So Jake, who passed last year, he actually had like a question for me because Joe Bob was going to be at the Cult Classics, right? And he's like, "Oh, when you go there, man," he's like, "So I remember." This is him talking. He's like, "I remember before it was Chopping Mall, it was called Laser Bots."
That's
And
more accurate.
so, yeah, and so when I went and met Joe Bob and Darcy and them and hung out, I was like, "Yo, Joe Bob, I want to pick your brain about it." You know, I was like, "What the hell happened with Laser Bots turning into Chopping Mall? Because there is no chopping in Chopping Mall, you know." And Joe Bob told me that they released it in like either South Korea or like Vietnam or some Southern Asian spot, right? And that it didn't get good reviews because of the name. And then that's when they changed it to Chopping Mall because of all the 80s, I guess, antagonist type slasher films. So that's why it was actually called Chopping Mall instead of Laser.
I mean, the name alone would make me want to watch it, right? When I'm in the mood for an 80s dive into horror, but the reality of it is not in line with the name.
Right.
They're
Right.
trying to
Exactly.
keep it a shopping mall. You know, we're going to the shopping mall, and trying to find something to rhyme with it. And they just did a horrible job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind
I'll
of
go
do the
with
same
you.
thing with Child's Play? With the names,
Did
wasn't
they?
it going to be called like Batteries Not Included first or some shit? I
I
know they.
remember
I know they
Batteries
picked.
Not Included was that one with the like Johnny Five, right? Like the
Yeah,
Batteries
it was
not
like
included. Little round robots that
okay.
the people were trying to kick that family out of the apartment so they could build
Okay.
high rise.
Oh,
So many robot
Lance is
names.
on. I
They're all
didn't
just
know.
blending together.
oh, you just turned his head, look at the camera real quick.
Can you hear me?
Lance is on.
Yeah, we can
What
hear
up,
you.
Lance?
How did y'all not get Kelly Maroney from Chopping Mall and Night of the Comet?
We did.
Come on. Come on.
We got it.
And Johnny Five is in Short Circuit. Come on, Monica.
There you go. There you go.
Come on. It's a slam dunk for Monica.
Dude, I've been drinking.
I hear you.
Yeah. That's what today is. It's Labor
And I
Day
don't
drinking.
drink very often, so give me a break.
Cool. I don't need, yeah. I'm out of practice. This is cool, Breezy.
Go.
There's Shane Derrick. Shane's going to be mad at us, Derrick.
Wow.
We got to make that video for him.
Oh, yeah.
I told him it's been crazy.
Oh, did you look that up, Scotty?
Sure
I see
did.
it. Well, I was right.
So Lancer's the old man in the group. So we're gonna have to
Old as dirt.
old as dirt.
No,
That's me.
We're probably the same age.
All right, Breezy,
I don't
got a
think so,
question for
Monica.
you.
What year were you born?
1970.
Okay, you got 3 years on me.
There you go.
I told you he's the old man. What do you got for me?
Out of like the Nature Gone Wrong type movies from the older ones, what do you think is the most wildest one?
Like Food of the Gods kind of thing?
Like Night of the Lepus type shit.
Okay.
Night of the Lepus,
dude.
Alligator.
Yeah.
Piranha. I'd go with Piranha.
Yeah, I do
too.
like Piranha.
I'd agree with you on that, too.
The prophecy. The prophecy would be in there.
Oh, Prophecy is great. Now that scared the trailer for it gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
That was
Right?
I saw that in the theater. I saw that one in the theater.
Because I remember the trailer for it that they were airing just on prime time was, the creepy voiceover saying whatever. But I just remember that you see this camper have their sleeping bag snatched up and smacked against a tree, and there's feathers everywhere. And that was the trailer that they put on TV. And that scared me. But yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah,
Well, they had so many issues with that alligator that That's why you don't really see it in there. And then the parts with the alligator, I think they used a baby alligator or something to film the parts. Of the movie.
Fulci would have used a real alligator.
Yeah, he would have. What the fuck was up with the fucking alligator in, what was it, Day of the Dead? Remember how like it
just running down the
spawned over
steps.
to animals? Yeah.
I think that was just a gator that was loose from the zoo. They just like let it crawl down
Yeah.
the steps and shit.
What
Maybe
the
zombies don't
actual
eat critters.
Alligators ain't got brains. I mean,
That's right.
shit, man.
Dumb.
Come on.
Eat all my ducks.
Medulla oblongata.
Dude, you know, it's a movie. A movie that I really enjoyed was Anaconda.
That was a good movie.
They remade
Jennifer
it.
Lopez and
Yeah, Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Owen Wilson.
Yes,
Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Jennifer
Lopez.
Now
John
that you
Voight's
think
in too,
about
isn't
it,
he?
though, that's an all-star cast. Like,
Yeah,
no
it is.
bullshit.
Back in the day, it was.
Well, have you guys ever seen Python? Python's one of the worst movies ever, but the cast,
Robert Englund.
I mean, they had like everybody you could think of in this movie.
I don't think I saw that.
Wes Craven's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm surprised I didn't see
And
that.
what was it called?
Python.
Oh, Pythons. Yes,
Right.
yes. I saw
I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
see that. All right.
Last
Speaking
time
of
I saw
stacked
Python,
cast.
it was when I took a shower earlier. You know?
Da-dun ding. Tisha patats. Boom tis paps.
Fighting with the
Got
snake
him.
in the shower.
Got him. Only breezy.
Yeah, you know me. So Lance, man, being the old man on the set, give us your go-to, man. What, like, if
Halloween
if someone
78.
said,
Halloween 78.
Sweet Jesus, that's the year I was born.
That's my baby. That's my
Is it?
franchise. That's my franchise.
Okay, dig into
I
it.
will-
Why Halloween 78? And
And I don't care what anybody says. I love Rob Zombie, but don't give me any background. Just he's just a vicious killer, and we don't know why. And that's beauty to me. That's absolute beauty. I don't need to know. I don't need any background. You don't have to tell me that he was a white trash beaten by his stepdad, and which was a
It's
great.
implied.
It was neat, but come on, man. Just
William
he's evil.
Forsythe was pretty rad in that little scene.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He does.
Well,
He was awesome.
It was so creepy whenever he would just be in a dark closet and he would just
appear.
appear like his face
Yeah.
was the first thing you'd see. Like it was
Couldn't
so
see his
creepy.
eyes.
He was a silent juggernaut. He was a juggernaut for sure.
Yes.
And the fact that he made no sound at
Yes, at all.
And he was the boogie. He was the total embodiment of the boogeyman.
all. Oh heck yeah.
right.
Absolutely was the boogeyman. So
Yeah, I like the newer ones. I do. I know
I didn't
people are
like
going to hate me for saying that, but I do because it gets right down to business. There's no background. There's no nothing. It gets right down to business.
I'm not going to talk you out of liking. I didn't prefer them, especially that last one.
Yeah.
Well, the last one was kind of BS.
Who the fuck is Corey Cunningham?
Yeah.
That's my complaint.
Yeah.
They had an
I
opportunity.
didn't on
to
the on the Halloween Ends. I didn't like the fact that he had like a cohort dude.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna teach you my way, and
But the two previous to that, right? Because there were two previous to that, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
2018.
I like those, and I like
Oh.
the first one in that because, like I said, it got right down to business and it was gory.
I
like
agree.
it.
The first one of that was good. The second one, you're thinking, what's going on? Is he supernatural or something? And they kept showing the mask from part 3, the original 3. And if they would have just made Michael Myers part of the Silver Shamrock robots in part 3, they tied everything together, and they had an opportunity and just ruined it.
Ruined it.
It doesn't exist in my universe. It was so stupid.
Wait, what was that?
Oh no!
What did Monica just say?
It was stupid. I didn't like it.
The OG of Halloween 3?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
Either.
I'm taking my gloves. I'm taking my gloves off now. I'm taking my gloves off.
That's
Well,
okay.
see,
Monica, that movie is
originally-
brilliant.
Let's take a vote.
Originally, y'all know this. Like,
Sorry.
and I'm pretty sure most of the chat knows it. But originally, the Halloween, it was supposed to be a series, right? And it was just supposed to be something that happened on Halloween. So Halloween originally, the original ideology of it was that there was going to be a different antagonist. So
Every year.
yeah, every year,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So Michael
And
Myers
Connell Cochran was the
like
best.
part one.
I would have been down for that, but to just throw, I'm sorry, Lance.
Okay,
to throw the masks in with no explanation, like at the time, this is me watching it for the first time, right? Back when it first came out, I did not understand it. I didn't get it. I didn't like it.
I loved it. I've loved it forever.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
the whole genre. I totally get it. But for me,
I dug
it
it.
didn't make any sense. It was like this offshoot, like this one-off that I couldn't
I just-
keep in with the rest of it, because for me, and that's just for me, Michael Myers wasn't, I mean, he was kind of alluded to, but he wasn't like really a part of it.
I just talked to Tommy Lee Wallace a couple of weeks ago, and he let me. There was no one at his table, so I got to talk to him about it quite a bit. He said that a lot of people died, a lot of children died. So Tom Atkins didn't stop him in time, and that to me is just so dark. I love that. Not the kids died. I mean, that sucks, but that's dark for a movie.
Well, no, that's totally
Right.
dark, but I saw it as a kid, so I was like, meh.
Yeah. No,
what I mean?
yeah, I dig it. The same way. When I was a kid, I didn't appreciate part 3. When I got older, I appreciated it more. It was yeah, because that's when you're. So it's kind of like the same as the Freddy and Jason thing. Like Jason didn't kill kids, but Freddy was a child murderer.
Yeah.
So you kind of pick your genre there. I remember, side note, I remember having my first Freddy versus Jason dream when I was in like 2nd grade, and Freddy was gonna kill me, so I'm like running from him, and I was staying the night over at homie's house or whatever, and he lived in the woods, and I think that's probably what got the pot stirred. But I was running from Freddy because he was gonna kill me, and I saw Jason. Jason's like standing there with his machete and shit, and I did like the baseball slide underneath his legs, and then them two went at it, and then sure shit, 20 fucking years later, the movie came out, and I'm
How
like,
prophetic.
You should have got rights. You should have got rights to it.
I'm telling you, bro,
We'd be rich.
we're rich, bitch.
Bitch.
Did anybody else have crazy, scary dreams like that about movies when they was young?
I
yeah.
had into my 20s about Chud.
Nice.
Chud?
I'm not even kidding.
Oh, we haven't even brought up Chud, dude.
Yeah, Chud scared the piss out of me when I was a kid. I thought of this monster like I can still remember the dreams, right? Like the manhole out in front of my house lifting up, and it's my childhood house, and the creatures start coming out. That just something about that just scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. So all right, so let's do this, and Monica already said it, but we'll go with Scotty. First time watching Chud. How'd that go for you, bro?
I don't think I've ever watched it.
What? What?
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
When it's
What?
stupid. Watch the
It's
first
bad.
one.
Which one's the one with the little kids find and they're in their backyard? Is that it?
That's
No,
that's the gate.
gate. That's the
That's
gate.
That's the game.
No, I don't think I've ever watched Chud.
All right. Well,
Oh, you'd
you
love it.
Get.
Yeah, go watch
I
Chud.
definitely need to watch it.
Definitely to watch.
Yeah. We'll StreamYard Chud in the background, and then you'll watch it together and get drunk.
Sounds good. Don't
Okay, so well, Derek just blanked out. So
Dips, yeah.
we'll go with the filmmaker that is Shane.
Yeah.
What
Hit him, Shane.
What is your call on Chud? When was the first time you saw it? What did you think about it? How did you do about it?
I enjoy Chud a lot, but I like Chud too, but the Chud a lot more.
Did you
It
really?
was way more fun for me. And it's stupid as shit, but it was way more fun for me than the first one. First one was kind of like Alligator. What's going on? And you got to wait a while before you figure out what's going on. And I still like it. I still own it, and I still watch it every once in a while. But if you gave me a choice, I'm watching part 2.
Okay.
All right.
He loves part 2s. Shane and his part 2s.
Shaner's.
Let Shane tell you a story of Sleepaway Camp. That's a good story.
Yeah, no, we already did that.
That's a great story.
I did like
So,
Sleepaway Camp.
Derek.
Yeah.
Derek. What first time watching Chud? Where were you? Who were you? And what did you think about it?
I can't hear
You're
you.
muted. I
Yeah.
can't hear shit. Hang on, let me see if I can. No. You're muted. For some freaking reason.
Derek might need you again, Miranda. Technical difficulties.
Mm.
It's right. The bat's right there, Sam. Right there.
See, now normally Lancer Dancer has pink hair. And so it's very discouraging.
It's red. It's
to
red.
see him.
It's red, Joe Breezy. It's red.
Bullshit. It's pink.
It's here's my. It's just like the Monica. It's like this. Can y'all see that?
Love that.
That's usually what I look like.
As a gnome should be.
That's right.
Puppy.
I'm not digging the Hulk Hogan look, you know what I mean? Shit, man.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Did that fix
He's old.
So we
Yeah, I
go
can hear
through
you, Derek.
that, but then I want to
Okay.
touch on My Bloody Valentine too,
Oh yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
Did Derek say something?
I was just seeing if y'all can hear me now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we're gonna give you a once over on the Chud, and then we're gonna get into the My Bloody Valentine.
No, I was saying
So,
that's.
where were you? When were you? And how did you feel about the first time you saw Chud?
I was at my grandmother's house. That was one of the ones she had
Nice.
recorded from TV. And the only thing I really like, honestly, the first time I watched it, I didn't like it because I didn't really get much of it. But I did like that the dude from Home Alone was in it, Daniel Stern. So that's like the only thing.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it was like I wasn't too big into horror flicks at the time. So like I guess I didn't like it because the only things I'd seen were like the mains, like Halloween type stuff. So it didn't really get me till I was older, and I watched it again, and I enjoyed it after that.
Hell yeah. All right, well, we're back to Monica and the My Bloody Valentine. Tell us what you got going, girl.
So the first time I saw that, I was spending the night at my friend's house, and I think it was on like HBO or Showtime or something back in the day. And man, that scared me. I mean, there must be something about the claustrophobic horrors where you're, because for the most part, they're underground in the mines, right? Same thing with Chud. They're underground. And the fact that this killer can be anywhere in this mine and nobody knows where, he can pop up at any time. You can't get out. You don't necessarily know your way out. It's a maze in there. It was just that it just terrified me. And I still love to watch it. Now, the remake was okay. They put too much storyline into it. I just want a killer. I just want to see people that deserve it getting it.
Yeah. No, the thing I liked about the remake is they did it in 3D, and that's where I bought my first 3D television.
I mean, the thing I liked about the remake was Jensen Ackles. Like, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't a bad thing.
Tom Atkins was in that as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen the extended version of the original?
What's that?
Have you seen the extended version of the original?
Yeah,
they released it 3 years ago.
The 58 version there.
I would be surprised if I don't own that, but I own so many movies.
Because they when they released it originally, at the time there was too much gore, so they took out some of the kills, and then they re-released it with a figure. I think 3 or 4 or 5 years ago with the extended, put it back in.
Okay.
So, Uncut is asking, is Chud like Cujo?
No,
nothing
like Cujo.
Nothing like Cujo.
They're humanoids. They're cannibalistic. They're cannibalistic.
Cannibalistic underground dwellers.
That's right.
There was a Tales from the Crypt, not movie, but one of the Tales from the Crypt that was kind of like that. I remember because they'd put people in, they'd bury them, and then the corpses would get evacuated from it, and people went down and they like followed the tunnels and they found all the cannibalistic humanoids. Yeah.
You're like Midnight Meat Train?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's a good Jones.
Yeah. Midnight Meat Train?
Yeah.
That's an awesome movie. That is a good movie. I mean, it's not 80s, but it's a great movie.
It's a
Which one? Which one?
Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jen loves. That's one of Jen's favorite go-tos. Is Midnight Meat Train.
That was like one of Bradley Cooper's first movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be one of them for sure.
Like everybody starts out in horror flicks first.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Right.
And the
Have ever seen
original serial killer in it. I'm trying to remember where I've seen him before. He's in a lot of he does a lot of obscure roles and
Vinny Jones.
Yeah, he was on like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Snatch.
He's in Eurotrip too. I think he's one of the soccer hooligans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in Eurotrip, yeah, where he's like
the Manchester United soccer hooligan.
Manchester United. What were you saying, Shane?
Have you guys ever seen Society?
Yes.
That's a messed up movie.
Fucked up movie.
The
shunting.
The shunting.
Yeah, it's weird. I just remember the scene where the whole family is like in bed and the sheets are just like undulating.
That's where they got ass to mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
Does that dude's face come out of that dude's ass?
Dude, it is.
Dude, did any of y'all see the Human Centipedes?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
One time watch.
I won't even watch it.
One time watch.
Dude,
just like Hostel, I won't watch Hostel. This is like torture porn. I don't need that.
No,
Tusk is excellent.
Tusk is great.
And
bad at the end.
I remember the first time watching it. CA got me to watch it. My wife.
Yeah.
She said, "You got to watch this movie." And I was like, all right.
Road off.
We laid down, go to bed. We watched it. When it was over with, I just looked straight over at her. I said, "You want to fuck?" I said, "What did you just watch?"
But that's a G-rated movie compared to the Human Centipede.
Sure. Oh, it is. Yes.
No, well, y'all all got me fucked up because I got the porno version of the Human Sexipede.
Oh,
God.
I've got one of those. I've got a whole stack of those.
Yeah.
I got a whole stack of them.
I sent Monica the
because I didn't know there was such a thing.
Joe Breeze's first horror porn, Texas Vibrator Massacre. Great.
So Breezy's going to corrupt so many people.
That's my
He's good at
job
that.
in life.
Consider it a gift.
Conversations that me and Breezy have at the gas station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So
Yeah, actually, Derek.
90s,
Yeah.
the original
I didn't
Tales
see that
from the
movie.
Crypt Demon Knight. Like,
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Great.
Excellent.
Great soundtrack and everything.
yeah, I had the soundtrack. I really love that movie. I can quote the shit out of that movie. It was great, I think.
Billy Zane perfection.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bill, yeah, exactly.
You little podunk wolves in their mother. All you had to do was give me the goddamn key.
Way before he did Titanic. Way before.
Way before. And the
Everybody starts in horror. Oh yeah, great effects.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it was magnificently done, and I love the fact that it was kind of like what was it what was that Quentin Tarantino terror?
Planet Terror.
It's like
Planet
Terror.
That was Robert. That was Robert Rodriguez.
Right, but they kind of did it like.
Well, he did
Creepshow.
He did Death Proof.
Then Death Proof with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Death
did.
Proof was
Yeah, they
good.
messed.
Yeah.
I always want to call it Funhouse, but it was something else. Funhouse was another good one from the 80s.
Funhouse is so good.
That's
Yeah.
Billy Hooper.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that,
Actually-
and that actually kind of freaked me out.
that was a good one.
Freaked me out back in the
Yeah.
day.
Really good
Actually,
opening scene.
I used some pieces from Funhouse on the second album I ever did. Yeah, so it was
Good one.
Blow Bus side A. Yeah, we did Funhouse. It was great. Yeah.
So I've got a question for everybody. So 80s obscure horror, like one you don't think a lot of people would recognize, but you highly recommend. Mine is The Resurrected. So what is yours?
All right, we'll go down the line. Scotty, what you got?
I did not hear the question. I'm so sorry. I was distracted for a second.
So obscure 80s horror movie, something that you don't think a lot of people would see, not a mainstream horror that you recommend, because mine is The Resurrected, because I love Lovecraft. So what's yours?
I'm gonna say
Which one?
Night of the Demons.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, all right. Next down the line, Derek, what do you got?
Was The Brood in the 80s or was it early 90s? Cronenberg.
Ooh, The Brood.
We'll call it 80s.
Yeah, we'll call it 80s. Yeah.
That
I
was
can't
good.
remember the date of that, but yeah, the little kids and then old girl licking that baby clean. I had to take a shower afterwards or something. And it was so hard for me to find a copy of that movie when I was a teenager for some reason. I was like everywhere, Hastings, pawn shops, and that's where I got lucky, was a pawn shop finding that movie.
Right on. All right.
Okay.
So next down the line, Lance, what's your obscure 80s horror flick that you would recommend?
Oh man, I know I'm gonna mess something. I'm gonna go more mainstream just because I found out today Ben Rhodes, who's in Shane's most recent movie Bud. If you haven't seen Bud yet, Ben Rhodes has never seen Creepshow, so I think it's gonna be required viewing for him. Yeah.
How can you never seen Creepshow? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it must be obscure, right?
I guess if you're born after a certain date, it's obscure.
I guess. He said he didn't watch a lot of movies.
I literally have the Creepshow magazine. Like,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably
All right.
forgetting something, but yeah, that sticks out.
All right. So Shane, go for it, man.
What about Fortress? You guys ever seen Fortress? The old Australian movie where those three guys in a mask go to that school, rip out the teacher and the students and start hunting them?
No, I can't say
but
I
that
have.
sounds fucking
I don't think I
interesting.
remember that Fortress. The
The dude's
Fortress
got
I
like
remember
that.
has the Highlander in it.
No, this has got it's got a guy with a Santa mask, a duck mask, and like I think a cat, and they rip them out, throw them in a van, go and drop them off somewhere, and then the kids take off, and then these guys go and hunt them.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to find that.
It's
That
an
sounds
Australian
cool.
movie. Yeah.
Really, I'm asking because I want recommendations. So thank you.
Could I change?
Sorry, I couldn't help.
90s.
Dude, okay, so y'all gonna have to help me pick my own brain about it. What was the one? It was a horror flick, but it had like the dude with he had like a double head, but he
Dead
looked
Alive.
like a Frankenstein man. Man.
Funhouse.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Was that
Funhouse.
Funhouse?
It's Funhouse.
Yeah, where he takes the mask off and he's the monster under it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like his
yeah,
face
like
is cleaved almost, and it grew
Yeah,
back
that's Funhouse.
separated.
That's
Okay.
Gunther. Is that it?
Yeah.
I just found out
Gunther?
recently that that John Travolta's friend in Urban Cowboy is or whatever the guy's name in the Funhouse, the good looking guy. He was an Urban Cowboy with John Travolta. He was John Travolta's buddy in Urban Cowboy, and I never made the connection till recently.
Oh,
No shit.
So I thought that was kind of
dope.
see, I get Urban Cowboy mixed up with Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah, that's big difference.
Huge
Huge.
difference, I know.
Huge.
You have to tell me who was starring in it. So I'm like, does
Right.
that go with Ratso or the other one?
Urban Cowboy was just filmed right down the road from us.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Right down the road.
We had a Urban Cowboy on 6th Street here in Austin, Texas, but that was the happy ending spot. Uncut
That sounds like Midnight
Savage
Cowboy.
says- yeah. Uncut Savage says, how about Dreamscape?
That's a great one.
That was a
It's
good
a
one.
good one.
That is a great one.
But it's not the one with Dennis Quaid.
That's it. The big old snake. Big old
Yeah,
nasty
where
snake.
if you die in your dreams, you die in
You
real
die.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
See,
it.
yeah. So to that aspect, the reason why, well, from what I've learned or whatever, or read and on internet, so I don't trust any of that shit. But yeah, apparently that whole die in your dreams, die in your real life, it was from in the 40s when we actually had like Japanese prisoners, you know, like in America, they had this whole thing, and it was about, you know, like people killing you in your dreams, and then you actually die, you know, in real life. I mean, I've never.
Not cool. Not cool.
Isn't that where
Yeah.
Wes Craven got his idea for Nightmare on Elm Street as well?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And another
Sounds
one I
about
feel
right.
like is kind of overlooked is I don't hear people talk about Terror Train very much.
Oh,
Good one.
Terror Train.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
I just like the end where he's knocking all the bulbs out in the train, trying to get a little girl in that cage.
That was on HBO all the time back in the day.
All I remember about Jamie Lee is Trading Places. She had the best boobs in the freaking world.
Didn't show her tits till she went legit.
She went legit. Little
That's a
scream
lot of
action.
Right?
Yeah. I was like,
Shane hates Monica. Shane hates Scream.
You hate Scream?
I do not like
Shane.
Scream.
Oh
No,
man.
that was filmed around my hometown.
I'm telling all the
No,
dirty
I
lies.
do.
Oh,
I think if you take Jamie Kennedy out, it's a horrible movie.
I thought it was great. I remember seeing it in the movie theaters when it first came out, and
I saw it too, and I walked out. I was like, "Crap, that sucked."
dude, that
Wow.
Scream was awesome.
now is it
Yeah,
going
I'm
down
the
as
only
like one
one
of
on
the
this planet
great
that
horror
says that.
movies? No.
Yeah, no. I'm probably the only one that hates that movie, but I don't like it.
Yeah, no. Like Monica says, I'll die on that hill.
That's
I
right.
thought I thought Scream was the best freaking, like, Wes Craven when he came back and actually did it. It was dope.
It's a Scream, baby.
Yeah, I can't.
I think I enjoyed all of them. I enjoyed all the Screams.
Me too.
Frankenhooker. I got Frankenhooker.
I liked it when they were over.
God,
Hard.
haters. Haters.
Like big so hardcore, Krister.
We discussed Dreamscape, didn't we?
Yeah, and Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Sorry, it might have been before he joined because I think he joined a little bit late.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good. I ain't tripping.
What about Dolly Dearest?
I don't
We
think
watched-
I that one.
We watched that, didn't we, Shane?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did we watch that for the? Man, I can't remember.
It was fun. I mean, it was a.
So
that little
is
that doll was creepy.
yeah, is that so? Okay, so I think it's the same flick y'all are talking about, but I watched it on Betamax before fucking VHS was even a thing, and it was like a little robot thing, kind of like that new flick.
Megan?
Shit, I can't-
Megan.
Yeah, like Megan. But it was like a little robot, and it was like the little girl's best friend. And then, like if anyone fucked with the little girl, then it would kill them.
Was that Christy Swanson in that one?
I can't remember, dude. It was like 81, maybe. Like, yeah, we're talking Betamax. So
No, that's way back. Okay, you're way. I may be too. Okay, you're way back there.
yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I remember it kind of like the robot was called like B or something like that, and yeah, like if you fucked with her, then it would kill you. And
Oh wow.
she had like a stepdad that was harsh on her, and yeah, it whacked him out, quicker and shit.
Good.
Hey, did any of y'all see the Rob Zombie news about him doing a
Don't you
movie
say
or a
it.
series about Freddy Krueger?
Don't you say it.
Don't you do
Don't
it.
you say it. Dude,
Yeah,
you got
Fred.
scammed. You got scammed, homeboy.
Is it scam? Is it scam?
It's that AI
I figured
bullshit.
it was. I just seen a thing on Facebook the other day before I deleted Facebook. I saw that on there.
Oh, the other. Yeah, I saw about 600
Yeah.
posts about it.
Fred.
Yeah. Carrie said
a lot of
that CA said, I wouldn't believe it.
It's not real.
Dude, a lot of people shit on Rob Zombie, but he could dress some sets like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the
Yes.
fucking loot to do it,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, Rob
mean,
Zombie
shit.
does not get the credit he deserves. He's a fantastic
Shane.
director.
Thank you,
And he
Shane.
actually doesn't like House Thousand Corpses. He said he made a lot of flaws in that. I think it was fantastic.
It was his
That's my
country club,
favorite one
Shane.
he
It was his
did.
first movie.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but I love it. Yeah, I love
It was
it.
his country club.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it was his first movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Not being shitty, Joe. Stop.
no.
I love House of a Thousand
House
Corpses.
House of a Thousand, right? So, like, being a natural stoner and a drinker, like, I loved it. Like
You smoke and drink?
Yeah.
What?
No, I don't. Never mind.
What?
But so originally when House of a Thousand came out, dude, I fucking loved it. I thought it was the greatest movie ever. And Jen woke me up and she was like, "Oh, you got to do laundry." And, like I had to do like laundry and vacuuming and shit. And I woke up and I hit the remote and I'm like, House of a Thousand Corpses is going to be fucking great. But without smoking and drinking, it was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. I was like, this is bullshit, dude. Like
I appreciate it.
it's so horrible. So horrible. but I'll give it up to him on that. And not to cut the dude's knees out from underneath him, but I really think that when he redid the Halloween part, I didn't like part 2. I'll straight up be honest, but the part 1 where he's delving into a young Michael Myers and bringing his fruition into it, like I fucking dug it, like because it needed to happen. Halloween originally, watching him go through adolescence, was robbed from us. It was taken away. And I thought it was a very good transition into the movie. Now,
A lot of people like that.
Yeah, but when part two fucking hits, and all of a sudden Michael Myers is making noise, he's like, "Oof, oof," when he's stabbing people. I'm like, all right, you fucking.
I think he did.
I am with you 100%. That's what the number one thing that I didn't like about the Rob Zombie series of it.
Well, you guys do know that he didn't want to make part 2. The studio said, we'll let you make 1, but we need 2 movies. He did not want to make part 2, so he put 0 effort in part 2.
Right.
Like he did.
I like part 2.
That is, though, like, honestly, that was the main thing that I just, every time me and Carrie watch it, I'm just like, I don't like how he does that. Every single time. I just don't like that. Like, it wasn't that serious. When he done it, it wasn't that serious in, like, the old ones.
Well, and see what's fucked up is when I rewatched actual Halloween Part 2 from John Carpenter, he does the same shit, and it kind of pissed me off. Like, Michael Myers is actually grunting and making noises. And I was
He did
like,
grunt, but it wasn't as dramatic, was it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I have to jump off this. I'm gonna go with so thanks for having me, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Love you, buddy. I love you.
Man.
Love y'all too.
Yes, sir. See you at Malapalooza, motherfucker. Lance, are you coming out for Malapalooza?
That'll be a negative, so I'll be back to work. I'll be doing railroad related stuff again.
Gotcha.
Hey, man, it's got to be a little bit exciting, huh, to get back to work.
Yeah, after a year and a half.
Yeah.
Get normal-ish again.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. I'm looking forward to retirement. I'm already.
Sam won't let me retire. She won't let me retire, dude.
Dude, I've been
Trust
fucking
me. I've tried.
We're Gen X catchers. Like, I've been working since I was fucking 15, lying on my fucking application. Working at Jack in the Box and shit. I'm over it. I'm ready to retire and fucking just drink my freaking balls off and kick it.
She won't let me. Thanks, Samantha.
Monica came back at the perfect point.
I did. Are we
She's
signing
like,
off?
what did I show up into? Taking my balls off and not working anymore. Man.
I'd like to not work anymore too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be working until lunchtime on the day of my funeral. I'm pretty sure of that.
Boo.
Right. I know, right?
Hey, Lancer Dancer.
Sir.
When do you think we will get Circus of the Dead 2?
It'll be.
That's a good question.
It's kicking into production pretty quick. They've been having a lot of meetings and stuff. They're getting ready to. It's getting close.
Dude,
I think he's looking for. I think he wants cooler weather.
They're coming with Circus of the Dead 2. No shit.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
You ain't seen all the stickers and stuff?
Yeah, man, it's coming.
I don't know none of that. Yeah.
Stickers make it official.
Dude, I'm ready
Monica,
to come out too.
Monica, Circus of the Dead?
Circus of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's
You say
highly
yes?
recommended from us.
Yes, watch it.
Is it like
It's
an
like-
old horror? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I'm thinking
2013.
Carnival.
No, it's-
No, never mind.
When
I don't
did
know
it come out? In 2014.
14.
It wouldn't be a 2000 movie. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
It's on Tubi. It's you can watch it
Yeah.
for free on Tubi.
Well, then I will check it out.
Yeah.
We know a lot of them people.
I'll see if I recognize anyone.
You might.
Yeah, I got actually back there somewhere. I got the whole.
Yeah, I see Papa back
freaking-
there on your wall.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
all armed.
Circus of the Dead's dope. I love
Oh
it, man.
man.
Had you not seen that, Scotty?
Huh.
I got Billy as Papa.
Love
Can you
it.
tell? Yeah.
I
Got
love
that
it.
earlier last year.
Scotty, I gave Lance that canvas.
What?
I gave Lance that canvas.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, all my shit's about to be in storage
Yeah.
for like 5 years.
He hung it up for me too, Scotty.
Yeah.
Mine's downstairs in the basement.
Well,
Hanging on the wall.
we're going on almost 3 hours. I drove Monica through the whole damn thing. So yeah, we'll sum it up. So we got about 20 minutes to go before she's like, fuck you, Breezy, I'm out.
I'm trying to cook dinner and like do this. That's why I keep like.
Yeah, I know.
I've got to like. I had to
It's
peel
Labor Day.
vegetables and cut them up and drop them in the thing.
It's Labor Day,
Yeah.
Joe.
I know it, man. I know it. Dude, yeah. So my night consisted of, so I went over to Roy's and we're drinking like top shelf scotch and smoking big fucking long cigars, which is not homosexual at all. But
No symbolism there.
yeah, and we ended up taking his freaking four-wheeler. It's not a four-wheeler. It has like doors and shit. And
Side by side.
yeah, dude, we got fucking plastered and drove that through his 110 acres. And dude, like,
It was fun, wasn't it?
yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, it was one.
You're
of
such
those
a red.
nights.
You're such a redneck, Joe Breezy.
You're such a
I am not a
redneck, Joe
redneck.
Breezy.
Joe Breezy, you're my hero.
I
Name that
try.
movie.
I try. I'm a gentleman. I keep it soft. Yeah.
I'm a gentleman.
Oh, Derek,
God
when you
dang.
get up here, man, everybody you talk to is gonna be like, you must be from the South.
Yeah. Wait,
They do it to me all. They do it to me all the time.
I say, get the fuck out of here, am I? Yeah. I'm not ready. I'm
Dude,
not looking
it's
forward to
fucking
that.
funny because like me and Monica, we're Texan cats, but y'all motherfuckers who are way more north than we are, or well, except for Lancer, y'all have like more thick accents than y'all are like, hey, these motherfuckers over here. I walked out.
Well,
Well,
And I'm like,
technically, I'm South. Like, if I was at home in Mississippi, we would be about the even on the Southness,
on the
Yeah, I'll
lines.
give
on
you
the
that.
lines. Yeah.
When you want to get
On the
technical on the
latitude,
transplant. Right. I lived here 30 years, but technically, I'm from California.
Oh, okay.
Boo,
Yeah.
boo, boo. I'm sorry.
I'm from the northern
No,
part. I'm
she's-
from the cool part.
The cool part.
the cool part of California. Yeah. No, but Scotty, yeah, he has a Mississippi accent that just won't quit. That ain't no bullshit.
I read his text messages in his voice.
Is that my child?
No, he's in the pool.
I heard my baby.
He's in the pool.
Little peanut.
All right, so
That's
let's
right.
do some more trivia.
Ooh, trivia.
All right.
Is it for us or the chat? Because I'll spit it out if you don't.
I don't give a shit. Whoever wins, wins.
I got to keep track of the shot. I got the shot record here.
They're not going to show up to New Orleans.
Are these guys going to
If
show
they-
up to New Orleans?
If they do, I will. I guarantee my promise.
I definitely know the way there from home. About 2 hours drive from it.
That's
From where
better
I'm
than
from.
my 9 hours.
Ugh.
Well, from here where I'm at now, it would be about 16 or 17 hours.
Ow.
Too much driving.
God, man.
No.
Yeah.
God, man.
Dude, we're doing our drive in one
Shit.
shot, and it's going to be like 20-something hours.
Monica, tell me that
All right.
line. What line was that? A minute, real quick, Joe. No,
Well,
you're my
sure.
hero. It's driving me crazy.
That was Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
God dang it! Cameron says it to Ferris.
Hero.
Cameron says it to Ferris. God,
Yep.
dog, that was driving me crazy.
That's why Monica's my go-to girl.
She's got it. She's got
She's
it.
got it. She's on it.
Nobody
All right,
knows it
so-
when I say it. They're like, what are you talking about?
All right, so here we go. What actress played the heroine Helen Lionel in the 1992 film Candyman?
Virginia Madsen.
Yes. Ding 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 ding.
She's got it. I'm telling
Michael
you.
Madsen's sister.
I did not know that.
Is it
Yes.
really?
That's cool.
That's
Oh,
right.
shit.
That's right.
That's
There you go.
fucking dope.
Bam.
Okay.
Bam.
Yeah. Well, you get the backup bottle. I'll send you some buttery nipples.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Peanut butter and jam.
What 1971 film features a group of killer rats that are led by a man seeking revenge on
that
Ben?
those who have wronged him?
Ben?
Close.
That just makes me want to say
Willard.
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 Yeah. Lance got it.
Yeah.
Ben was a sequel, I
Lance,
think.
get some buttery nipples.
That's right.
You're gonna have to suck from the teeth.
Yeah.
Here, so you get three. You get 3 holes.
Some salt-free butter on there.
Mm. Scrumptious.
Scrum-diddly-umptious.
Umptious.
Okay. This is a good one. Actually, I like this one. In the Japanese thriller Audition, what did the main character use to lure her victims?
That sounds like some Monica.
Audition?
Yeah,
Well-
I'm familiar with the movie, but I can't. I don't know.
It was like Tinder. It was like a dating app.
Yeah, she made like a profile and she was like luring people in, if I remember.
How old's that
Yeah.
movie?
Audition? I want to say, if I go off the top of my head, I want to say like 2010s.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe
Okay.
Is it that old? I thought it was
And,
later than that.
maybe you might be right, because I remember getting into Japanese horror, and it was Audition and Suicide Club.
Oh wow, it's a 1999 film. It's even older than that.
Damn.
Okay.
Shit.
Have you? Hey, Joe
Yeah.
Breezy, have you seen The Sadness yet? Talking about Japanese. Monica, have you seen The Sadness? Is she
No, I have
frozen?
not. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment where somebody said it would be cool if we looked like actual puppets.
If y'all can watch The Sadness and get through The Sadness, you get a gold star.
Have you
The
seen Darkly
Sadness?
Noon?
Yes,
Do I
The
have to
Sadness.
read subtitles?
Darkly
Yeah,
Noon.
Count me
I've not
out.
seen that.
It's not really a horror. It's like a psychological thriller. It's got
Okay.
Brendan Fraser in it, and he plays a effed up person that escaped a cult.
Okay.
Yeah,
Check that out. The Darkly Noon.
that's his name. Is Darkly
Darkly-
Noon.
Okay.
It's Darkwing Duck, dude.
Yeah.
Darkwing
Darkly, L-Y.
Darkling.
Sorry,
I got you.
Brendan
I got you.
Fraser.
Okay. On it. On it.
Okay, next, Joe. Next. Keep it rolling.
All right, I'm going.
Taskmaster,
God
let's go.
bless America.
Trivia.
We
Trivia.
only got 10 minutes to go. Okay, so
10 minutes of trivia.
all right, let me skip that one. This 1963 film features killers, carnivorous plants, and an
Yeah, the
unusual
Triffids.
meteor shower. That, good God damn it!
Am I right?
Either that or
Yes.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes, you
Got it.
are.
Didn't even finish the question and I nailed it.
Damn.
Because that was another movie that scared the shit out of me as a kid. Because I was thinking plants were going to come to life and blind me.
Bingo.
All right. Which franchise has more sequels, Saw or Children of the Corn?
Ooh,
Children of the
Saw.
Corn.
Counting.
Saw now.
Start
How old is the
counting.
trivia question? Because they're
I'm
still
thinking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're probably 10 fucking years old.
Oh,
for that card, probably Children of the Corn. Now
Saul, yeah, probably Saul.
We're at what, 11
I'll
now?
go with Saw. Well,
Yeah, I go
so
with
they
Saw.
got what? Saw 6 was the 3D.
Saw 23.
Yeah.
And
Your
then
cousin's
Jigsaw
little
and then
foot.
Spiral and
They just had 10.
When in doubt, go with Monica.
yeah.
Don't do that.
That's how it works.
Don't believe the internet. Believe Monica.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
do that. If you want to stay out of
So-
jail and sober, don't do that.
Is that
Good time.
a dare? 'Cause
Not for you.
I will go for that. All right. So, what European director of the classic 1977 film Suspiria is also
Argento.
known as the
Dario
Italian-
Argento.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are easy. Come on.
Easy, Joe Breeze.
Okay. All right.
Take it easy.
Now you're getting into some shit. And I might have to take off my glasses to read it.
I mean, I'm really not the queen of trivia like Barry. These are easy. For anybody that knows.
What is the name of the wizard who is turned into a troll in the film Troll?
I have no idea.
I know it's the Harry Potter's the
Stumped
dad.
all ya.
I
The
forgot.
name of the
Potter's
wizard.
the dad.
Yeah, Harry Potter's the dad. And then they got Noah Hathaway is
Daniel
Harry Potter
Radcliffe's the
Jr.
dad?
he wasn't even alive.
Mhm.
in Troll.
No, it's the name
Yeah,
of the
no.
troll. Yeah.
The wizard or the troll? I didn't like
The
the
name
movie.
of the wizard.
I didn't like Troll either.
Yeah, the name
I
of the
wasn't a big fan of it.
I don't like puppet movies. I didn't like that. I didn't like Dark Crystal. They creep me the fuck out.
It
Those
was
ain't Muppets.
Tora.
I don't know.
Was the name.
Hey, watch him. Hey,
All right.
what's
So,
up, boy?
all right.
What's the answer?
It was Torak. That
Torak.
was the
Yeah.
name of the wizard. Yeah.
That's it.
I want to say two.
What?
but
Appreciate
that's
that.
Yeah, no shit. What ancient relic did the two vampire brothers fight over in Suspiria? I mean,
Oh shoot.
In Suspiria?
subspecies. In
Oh, the
subspecies.
Bloodstone. It's a bloodstone.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nice. Go,
I like-
Monica.
Dude, she's
I like
kicking
that
our
movie.
asses.
Doesn't that got Angus Scrim in it?
Does
One of
it?
those subspecies?
No
Doesn't it have
clue.
Angus Scrim in it? One of them?
Maybe one of them does. I just thought the vampire,
No fucking clue.
the creepy little underground vampire brother was kind of a cool looking dude.
Might be number 4.
Whose arm was attached to Martin's body in Dead Snow, Red versus Devil, Norwegian, 2014.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Monica?
exactly.
Monica,
I don't know.
you're up.
John, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Horswick, whatever.
Yeah, Harswick, of course.
Yeah.
Monica, you should have.
I dealt with
God,
plenty
dude,
of
come
those when
on.
I was doing music. All right, so what we got? 5
All right.
minutes
Have you
left.
guys seen The
Okay.
Furies?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that movie. That's not an 80s movie, but that's a good movie.
I think I have that on
It popped in
DVD.
my head. That's why I asked.
Oh, Tim Zoller joined in. What's up, Tim?
Tim?
You gonna come on and do dab with us? Come on, bro. We're fixing to round it up.
Tim?
Scotty will be
Monica's gonna have
smoking
to
with
go
you.
here in like 4 minutes.
Yeah. No, we got We're doing till the 3-hour mark. Yeah, so okay, so let me round the whole bullshit up. We'll start with females first, of course. Start with Monica. But what was your absolute fucking favorite that got you into horror movies?
Oh shit.
Night of the Living Dead and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ladies first, Lance.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
That's okay.
I just throwing those out there. I figured we were up against it on time. I can't tell. I figured we were up against it.
I don't know. I mean, growing up, okay, so we had like exactly like 4 channels on the TV. So anytime something was playing, I watched it. So there was like The Legend of Boggy Creek, there was The Creature from the Black Lagoon, there were all the old black and white horror movies that would come on, and that's what really grabbed me and pulled me into it. But if we want to dig down deep, Scooby-Doo is a gateway drug to horror movies.
Absolutely.
Dope. You went there. I love that. All right, so Scotty didn't know.
Scotty doesn't know that.
Come on now.
Hey, my name's Monica. I had a lot of fun in the 90s with that.
All right, I'm like Miss Monica. If you want to dig deep and go really back, it would be like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Wolfman, Dracula, the black and whites. I can
Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go stay at my father's mom's house, and she would always put them on and watch them with me whenever I was really little, and then after that, no, I think that was around the time I was watching Texas Chainsaw, and then also watching those. Yeah, so Texas Chainsaw 2 and those is what got me into horror movies.
Badass.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So next down the line, Derek. What was your go-to?
Mine's probably got to be the first Leprechaun, because my folks
we didn't even fuck with Leprechaun.
My folks used to, on Friday nights, they would always take us to the video store, and they would rent a movie that they could watch in the living room that wasn't like scary or violent. They would let us pick one, and then they would pick a horror flick that they could watch when they went to bed. Well, they would fall asleep like 15, 20 minutes of the movie, so I would crawl in there and sit in front of their bed, their little footrest of their bed, and watch what they were watching. And the furthest one back I can remember was Leprechaun, and I bailed out when he started popping out of the cabinets. Like, it scared the shit out of me, but I loved it.
Right.
And that's,
when you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah, because I was about that size, so like a little fucker, and then popping out of them cabinets right and left. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's like my height. So yeah, that one.
And that's Jennifer Aniston's first movie ever.
Yes, absolutely.
Once again, gotta start in horror.
Yeah, I love his little quips too. That kind
Yeah, I
of
liked all the
Sweet.
Leprechauns. I really enjoyed Leprechaun in the Hood.
that's actually my
Yeah.
Back
favorite
to
one.
the Hood.
Yeah.
I remember Tales from the Hood.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
I remember Tales from the Hood.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes.
All right, so Lancer, man, you're the old school cat, so bring some knowledge, bro.
As far as I said, mine not a Living Dead and the probably the Universal monsters, Frankenstein and all those characters. Good stuff. The Universal monsters rock.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Got me started.
Yeah, mine
How about
personally.
Costello meets the Wolfman?
Yeah.
My
I like watching the monsters
grandfather,
with
he
grandma
got
shows.
me on Night of the Living Dead, and that's what started my entire
Absolute classic.
venture into. Yeah, man. It's
Absolute classic.
me and Monica talked about it before. It's boring as fuck now that you really watch it, but
Yeah.
back when you were a kid, it was
That was scary.
It was great stuff. Yeah, it was great stuff.
I can't even
But,
watch
yeah.
the remake. I'm just like,
I'm actually wearing Night of the Living Dead Jimmy pants. I just forgot.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I appreciate having all of y'all on. It's awesome kicking it with y'all. And y'all really delivered, and I can't tell you in words how much it means to me for having my friends and my people on. It was dope. If any of y'all got any kind of messages, we'll go backwards. We'll start with Lance. If you've got any kind of promotions, messages to fans and anything, go for it, man. So Lance, you're
just
up, bro.
be on the lookout for Circus of the Dead 2. Be on the lookout for Pool Party Massacre 2. He Drew, whose birthday was yesterday, so wish him happy birthday. He wanted to double his budget from the first one. The first Pool Party Massacre cost $6,000. He probably quadrupled, or he got a lot of money. So the second one is going to be really, really good. So if you haven't seen Pool Party Massacre, it's on Tubi as well. So see that, Circus of the Dead. Shane, who was on with us, just had I want to say a sold out event in San Angelo for his movie Bud. He's got 2 movies out, Country Club and Bud. And you can get a physical copy of Country Club, but Bud is right around the corner from a physical release. So be on the lookout for that. Shane is an up and comer and is trying to get so much stuff done. We have a show called Horrorland Television, and we're trying to bring that back. So, but he's also got some other stuff working. So he's super, super busy, and just support indie horror as best you can, because it's a great avenue for a lot of people. A lot of people need our help, and a lot of people deserve our help in the indie community. Indie horror. I'm gonna stress. I love independent, but indie horror is my go-to. So, and that's it for Lancer Dancer.
All right. So then we're gonna go back to Derek. Derek, what you got, bro?
Man, I guess for anybody that any of those movies that we suggested, and people watch them, if you start to not like it, power through it, because there's usually one good thing in there of some sort, even if it's a one movie. I've seen a bunch of horrible movies that has one really good scene, and then it made it enough for me to watch it again. So if it's bad, just power through it, and then if it's terrible when you're done with it, then you got a good reason to shit on it. I guess, I don't know.
Right.
The Crow remake. It's
Scotty, what you got, bro? You good, bro? You good, bro? Scotty, what you got, man?
Pray for everybody. Love everybody. Watch plenty of horror movies. And
Scotty was in Country Club. Scotty, pump your movies up.
Who, me?
Butcher's Bluff, Country Club.
I wasn't.
You're a movie star. You're a movie star, dude.
I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm ready.
He's a movie star.
I still haven't got to see it yet.
It's really good. It's really good. Butcher's Bluff is really good. And you
Yeah,
did great in Country Club.
Yes, I'm ready to see it.
You did great. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just need to pump yourself up. You're a freaking movie star, dude.
Awesome.
Thank you, Lancer Dancer. But yes.
All right. Well, yeah, man. Monica, you want to, give your sign off and all the good stuff?
All my good stuff. So yeah, my channel's Our Paranormal World. I go live every Thursday with
Not
Bree.
all your good stuff.
Well, I mean, gotta leave something mysterious. Yeah, every Thursday night I go live on YouTube with Breezy. I got the Instagram, Our Para World. I've got the Facebook page, Our Paranormal World. Just check it out. And if you like it, subscribe and then hop on over to Breezy's channel and subscribe to him too.
I'll hit you up and everything, Monica.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. So Our Paranormal World. Go if you actually YouTube it, go to Monica's Our Paranormal World. You'll find it faster because there's multiples.
Yeah, there are multiple. So if you hit the @ symbol and then Monica's Paranormal World, like plural Monica's Paranormal World, it'll hop you right over to my channel.
Yeah. And yeah, we go. I'm her co-host on Thursdays, and then she's my co-host on Fridays. But I don't see it like that. I think we are two peas in a pod, and we have a blast kicking it, and we just bullshit. Like sometimes we'll bring out, sometimes we'll bring out like actual content. We'll get into, like Fae or, cryptids or whatever. But mostly we just kind of just fly off the cuff and kick it. And it's a fun show. Y'all should really check it out.
Awesome.
And as far as I go, everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you, and keep looking for the truth, because out there we just gotta find it, and one day we'll get there, man, no doubt. So we're gonna sew this show up. Thank you all. It was an awesome 80s movie show. I freaking loved it, dude. I had so much fun with y'all. No bullshit about it, and it was great. But we all got to do our shit, so I'm gonna end it. But
all right.
Deuces.
Later.
Love you all.
Love you, buddy.
Bye bye then.